Yo, dudes, we are back. We're back at the Giro, guys. Giro d'Italia, guys. 109th edition of the Giro. Stage 18 here, guys. Not even going to try to say the names, but I've done a bunch of research this morning on this here. I'm just going to close a few things out. Yeah, lots going on here, dudes. Let me just get settled in here. Brains not functioning. I was going to say there in the chat. I see you guys here all chatting away. Awesome to see everyone here in the Inside Cycling world. I did notice earlier, guys, please say hi to Costa Rica Mountain Biking. This is Todd down from Costa Rica saying Buenos Dias. Todd, I think I just found you on Instagram this morning. I think I did. I'm like, is that Todd? Yeah, that must be Todd. So Todd's doing his thing. And guys, we're back. Dude, awesome day yesterday. Today looks pretty interesting here. I'm going to let this catch up, guys. So I've been watching since first thing this morning. We still have 105 kilometers to go here. Couple of riders up the road. Pretty hectic at the start. We've already tackled the biggest climb of the day, dudes. So we've already done the hardest climb of the day, which is so weird to me that it didn't get categorized. And I think it's when we were just outside of Trento. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you just a quick little profile here. We started very close to where we finished yesterday. You can see here this big lake on the south end. This is actually Lago di Garda, the one I mentioned yesterday. That is Lago di Garda. I think this is like the place to go for like summertime vacations in Italy. And it's kind of the divide between the Italian Alps and the Italian Dolomites. So the Alps are going to be on the west side of the lake, roughly. The Dolomites start on the east side of the lake. So it's kind of the dividing point. So we're in the lower parts of the Dolomites now. We're going to get right into them tomorrow. It's going to be so juicy fruit. Tomorrow looks like a wicked stage, dudes. I think it's going to be pretty awesome to watch that one. I'm trying to figure out my timing for tomorrow. Only because my movers that were supposed to do my house move yesterday said, dude, we can only make it Friday. I'm like, okay, man, please make it because I got to move in on Monday. And if not, I'm going to be moving boxes and stuff by myself and hiring a couple of roustabouts, we'll call them. Roustabouts. You know the dudes you see outside the parking lots certain days. They might work for cash under the table. I may have to do that. We'll see, but I'm going to make it happen. Dudes, yeah, I saw that crash there before, Gabriel Xavier. I was watching it as that crash happened here. So we've got three riders up the road. James Shaw for EF, Matthias Bias for Pulte Visit Malta, and Andre, I always say Andrea. I just want to say that when I see that spelling. Mifsud for Pulte, and Jonas Greens is trying to jump across for Alpecin Premier Tech right now. They are looking back, and they're waiting for him. They are waiting for him. They're looking back. They're waiting. They want some extra firepower. Everyone does 25% of the work instead of 33% each. Lidl Trek sitting on the front here. I wonder if they're trying to babysit Milan today, but it's going to be a high-speed second half of the race here. We're generally moving downhill, and you can see that here, guys. When you look on Tour Tracker Live here, I'm just going to check to make sure everything's working, guys. Mic's on, camera's on, jersey's on, hair is off. Guys, I'm thinking about growing out a mullet. What do you guys think? I'm thinking about just letting it all go. My hair is quite long right now. Probably hard to tell here. God, the receding is getting pretty bad, isn't it? The receding is getting pretty bad. End days for Colin, guys. End days. Dude, horrible sleep last night. Woke him up at midnight by Ziggy. He was outside barking. It's really hot. It got really hot in the day yesterday. So it was cruddy all day. Windy, cloudy, gross. Got sunny, downpour. And at that point, I'm like, well, I'm making my supper now. I'm done. Missed the baseball game because it was during the day. I thought it was later in the day. Hockey's on. I'm just like, whatever. Is Montreal out? I know Carolina was kind of manhandling them. It was at home in Montreal, so I hope they won just for whatever. But I didn't watch. I watched a few seconds. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. It's not my style. It's too fast. That's why I like cycling and baseball. Dudes, we're in the Valley systems here now. Let me jump back to the actual tour tracker. So you can see here, we're riding through these valley systems, but we did do quite a climb when we came out of Trento. And dudes, I gotta say, I would visit Trento in a second. Looks fantastic. It'll be this area here. I believe this is all of Trento. I think I have it pulled up here as well. Yeah, here we are again. So guys, we started up here today in this general region northwest of Trento. We went around Trento and did a huge climb up and out of it. We're riding these valley systems here now. When I say here now, I'm not sure if you see my pointer, but on the map it'll be the SS47. We were going through Levico Terme, and I think we go through Borgo Valuscana. Going to be riding past some pretty nice lakes, I think. And dudes, look at the climbs out here. Check this one out here. Just found this here. Vitriolo Terme. There's the Vitriolo at the top. So I wonder if that means like end of Vitriolo. Is that what that means? Vitriolo Terme. Terminate. That's what I'm kind of guessing. And if I zoom out again, here's Lago di Garda, which separates whatever Lombardy from whatever the province. So yeah, Veneto. Veneto and Lombardy split right down the middle of the lake there. I think this is the summer hotspot for a lot of Italians. I've done a lot of rides around this lake virtually on Ruvi. It's beautiful. It looks fantastic. Probably super pricey. Massive nature break going on the road. Massive nature break. Heard them talking this morning about Damiano Caruso, number 12 here for Bahrain Victorious, and the Italian commentator over on Flow Bikes. Don't even know who he is. First time I've heard him talking, saying, you know, he's going to retire at the end of this year. He goes, but I'm thinking he's not going to. Why would he? I've been saying it every day. Why would he retire? And where are we heading, guys? I'll pull this up here. Where are we going? Man, where's my previous searches? What I'll do is we're heading down to this general region here. If I can see the name of it right away, guys. We come out of the mountains. Actually, I noticed these cool ridges here. I'm not sure if that's like folds that have been eroded away over time. I did actually find the finish line this morning. We got weather going here now, guys. We got it all going on. So the finish line today, we're going to loop around. We got a Category 3 to come. We got a sprint point. We got the bonus KM, the Red Bull KM, just over 15 kilometers to go. Yeah, and you can see it here. If I zoom out on this map here, you can see these ridges. You know, you can see them here running north. The strike, that's Geotalk for you right there. Wow, what am I looking at here? Some incredible archway. Here's Jonas. He's on camera right now. Does he notice the camera bike? Do we get the wave, kiss, wave? Come on, Jonas. Please. We're begging you to do this. Please. I don't think he knows he's on camera. He's looking pretty chill. Actually, and I know I made fun of him yesterday with his little goatee he was growing. Poor Jonas. He shaved it all off. He said, I realized I look like I was a 14-year-old trying to grow a mustache. So I got rid of it. So he's clean shaven. Fully aero here, guys. He's fully aero. Let me get caught up with the chat here, guys. I haven't even looked at it yet, except for what I was doing this morning. Rail saying, nice to see finally Muro del Poggio in a meaningful place and not randomly in the middle of a stage. Poggio just means hill, I think, in Italian. So there's Poggios everywhere, but we always refer to it as the Poggio. Fabson, if I was going to back a sprinter today, I think Magna has the best chance of surviving. Yeah, guys, it's mostly downhill after this Category 3, but it's going to sawtooth up and down. We're descending all the way out of the lower Dolomites, if you can even call these the Dolomites yet. I think you have to move a little bit more north. You probably saw on Google Maps here, the Dolomites, dolomitic limestone, that's what it is, guys. So limestone is calcium carbonate, CaCO3. A dolomite has had some mineral replacement, and you get some magnesium mixed in there. So it's like a calcium magnesium limestone. It's just a slightly different type of rock. It's still a carbonate. Anyways, that's what they're made out of. That's why the dolomites are called that. It's named after the dolomite rock itself. And they're characterized by kind of like a pale color. That's how I could say it the best. Oh, we got the kiss. We got the Jonas wave, kiss, wave. Patented Jonas maneuver. I love it. You got to see at least one of those per day. One of those per day. So, dudes, we do finish up here. And I did see the name of the town. Okay, it's Pieve. So I did look this up this morning. So this should show up in my recent searches. There we go. This place right here. I just saw Pizza Hut. And is this the place? This is the place. We're going to cross a little bridge here, and we finished right in front of a car park. Right here, guys. Pieve di Saligo. Pieve di Saligo. Saligo. We crossed this bridge here. So I was watching the run into it. We're going to have a couple of 90-degree corners. I think we turn off of... let me go back here, guys. You can see the running here. At 1 kilometer to go, there's a left turn. My map screwed up again. There will be a hard right before we cross this little river. And generally a straight run. And I'll go back to Google Maps to show you a bit better here. Here's that same bridge we're going to come across. And I think we take this hard corner here. And we're going to have a hard corner somewhere back up here. Once that map starts working, I'll show you. The finishing line will be right here. I think they've got it right here today, before this bend in the road. So we'll take a look at that later. Actually, why don't we take a look around right now? Let's jump right into the traffic circle here. Beautiful. This is what we're talking about, man. This is what we're talking about. Crédit Agricole. Boom. Circa 2000, 2010 pro cycling team. So I always thought Crédit Agricole was a French team. Is it a French bank? Anyone know? French team, French bank. So, guys, this is going to be it there. Is there actually a traffic circle in that finishing area? Well, of course there is, because I was just on it. So they're going to whip by here. You don't want to go around that side. Yeah, that's exactly where we're going to finish. So I think the finish line is right about here, where this bus is going to be. Finish line somewhere here. Maybe they're going to hit the finish line. They're going to have vehicles parked here. There's not much room in this parking lot, though. Dude, I would love to browse around here. Actually, I'm seeing a bar back here. Let's go to this bar. What's this bar? Locanda Bar La Posta. Sounds good. Dine in, no delivery, guys. So if you're considering delivery here, it's not going to happen. You got to get in there. Maybe they got pickup. Or as the Brits like to say, maybe they got takeaway. Takeaway. Okay, guys, I'm going to get to it now. Let's get to it. We'll go back to PCS, do a quick refresh. Average speed right now, 46.2k an hour. I think the speed's going to stay relatively high. We got a little over 1,000 meters of climbing still to go. 4 riders in the group. Jonas Geens is with them now. Yeah, rail, exactly. Big problem for Milan is Narvaez, as he is a much better puncher, and he could smash the climb with Christian Arietta to dislodge Milan. Exactly, dudes. That last climb today, the Muro de Cadella Poggio, which just means hill, guys. It's 1.1 kilometers, and it's a steep mofo. Steep. Just over a kilometer at 11% average gradient. Hopefully later we'll see a zoom in on that. The Poggio of circumstance for the day. That's right, Fab. Milan needs to hope all the breakaways for Narvaez are taking a toll on him. Yeah, that's right. Dude, you're right. Yesterday, Narvaez didn't have his usual punchiness, I guess, at the end. Great win for Volgren there. From what he came back from. So apparently, the little green thing he held, someone was saying it was Pokemon. Other people were saying it was something that was made by his kids for him, like a good luck charm. So we'll stick with that. I still don't know who did the Dumoulin dump on the road, if it was on the road. Guys, current break is 1 minute 10 seconds. This is our break of the day right here. I think later on we're going to see some other guys trying to get out there. Take a look at this. Kind of a cool stat here. Teams winning at least one stage in the past 5 editions. Always UAE, Visma. This must be this one they're talking about, I would believe. No, EF has won a stage. EF has won a stage. So we might be going this way as the most recent one on the far left-hand side of that graph, I think. Yeah, probably. I think so. I'd have to think about all the riders who have won stages here. You guys may need to help me out here. Yeah, Eddie Singh, I saw the story of Michael Volgren, who had a couple of multiple injuries in a couple of years ago. That's right. Scotty Mack. Yo, dude. Great info, brother. Dudes, yeah, I had a great live stream yesterday with you guys hanging out, chatting, talking about this, that, the next thing. I'm going to try to start doing more of that, guys. So, dudes, I did some research this morning, and I do know generally this stuff. Just because you're a geologist doesn't know you mean everything about every part of the world. But the Dolomites formed during the Miocene period between 25 million and I think about 5 million years ago. So what we can look at here is the Miocene, which I pulled up. Now, these are just geological age periods. We are in the Cenozoic. And actually, this doesn't show it all. So basically, PMC, Paleozoic, Mesozoic, Cenozoic. Okay, so this is only 25 million years ago. And it goes to, I guess they're saying right here, you can see it if you look at here where it says Miocene. It's in the black letters there going vertically. It goes to about, just over 5 million years ago. Oh, look at this. We've got something called the Mesosinian salinity crisis. Ooh, I like that. That's interesting. Dudes, I can go so deep into this stuff. They had some really cool, and without getting too environmental, dude, there's so many crazy things that happened during the Miocene. It's unbelievable. So anyways, dudes, the Dolomites were formed during the Miocene. So they're really, they're old, but they're not that old. They're not that old when you think about it. I think I've got that all here. So I pulled up the Dolomites here. Okay, let me just catch up with where I was reading here. Yeah, so right here, guys, the Dolomites are in the regions of Veneto, which we're in right now. Remember, we crossed from Lombardy into Veneto province, I think is what they call them here. The Trentino Alto, that's to the north of us. I'm just skimming, guys. Yeah, right here. So the Dolomites take their name from the carbonate rock dolomite, who was the first to describe the mineral. That's a dolomite. And so here we are, guys. If you look at this little map here, and I'm just using Wikipedia for all this stuff. If you look at the map in the middle where it says Dolomites, you can see a little lake feature here. And it's now saying Dolomites is located in the Alps. There's a lake feature here that I'm trying to point to. That little lake there that's running northeast, striking northeast south. I'm trying to sound cool. That's Lago di Garda right there. And you can see we're jumping out of the mountains today into that, we're just going to be on the edge of that flatter green area. That's basically going to be due north of the Adriatic. Or is that the Tyrrhenian? That's the Adriatic. Because the Tirreno-Adriatico race runs from the Tyrrhenian Sea to the Adriatic on either side of Italy. That's where we're hanging out there today. So we're just leaving the Dolomites actually before we actually go back into them tomorrow. Now, there's some great passes in the area, guys. So I just said, okay, I'm not really too concerned. There it showed up. This is what I was looking for, the Maratona des Dolomites. Huge race. It's kind of like a fondo, and you take on some of the most epic climbs in the Dolomites. I've actually rode it inside on Ruvi. So what I did here was I looked at the major passes in the area. Highest mountain in the area is the Marmolada. I think it's at 10,800 feet. There's more famous mountains than that. But just browsing some of these, the Pordoi Pass, that's part of the Maratona. The Sella Pass, Maratona. The Gao. I'm not sure if Gao is part of the Maratona. Valparola, that's another famous one. Falzarego. We take on the Falzarego tomorrow. Why is Olds calling me? Leave me alone. You know what? That number keeps calling me. They're getting seriously blocked. I think it's like a real estate marketing company, and they call me 24/7. They're getting blocked today. That's it. Gardena, that's another one of the Maratona Dolomites. So, guys, those are all 2,000 meter passes there. Falzarego's, we're going to be over 2,000 meters tomorrow. So, dudes, I'm jumping back to the race. That's just a little bit of quick, easy, cheesy background. I could go into this forever. Dude, okay, because I'm here, I found some really cool graphs and stuff like this. The mountain ranges being formed. I think they had some good climate stuff, too, which was kind of fascinating. This map in particular here, graph. Here's the Miocene, guys. You can see here about 25 million years ago. It was super warm. I think over here, the polar ocean equivalent, this is delta T. This is kind of like, I think, and guys, I think this is in reference to today. They're saying that during the PETM, the Paleo-Eocene thermal maximum was potentially 12 degrees higher than I think today. Didn't really read all the stuff on the bottom. I've heard a lot about this. It fluctuates, guys. Look how warm it was back here. It drops way back down during the Antarctic glaciation. The thawing. That was at about 25 million years ago at the start of the Miocene. During the middle of the Miocene, temperatures just start dropping like crazy. Then we got the Pliocene and the Pleistocene getting close to where we are. The glaciations across all of the northern hemisphere. And that got me on something else. Guys, just think about this. The ice sheets were upwards of 4 kilometers thick where we live now. It's mind-boggling. Like 2.4 miles, 2.5 miles thick of ice. And of course, things are changing quickly here at the end. This chart's not meant to show anything. They do talk about anthropogenic warming, which I totally agree with. But there's been way funkier stuff happening in the past. So, dudes, anyways, that's Colin's little chit chat for the day. Sticking with the race now. Guys, we've covered just over 77 kilometers. Jonathan Narvaez back at the team car right now. I wonder how he's feeling today. Looks good in the purple, the burgundy. Yeah, Railson here, Volgren, he was almost out of it, but EF trusted him, and now he's repaying the trust. I love it. The bookies are backing Narvaez. UAE versus Trek is the team battle. Okay, dudes, I do want to zoom back out here because I'm not on the map. I just noticed that. Map is working again now, and I'll show you where we're at in the race. Coming up on the Category 3 climb of the day. Got a few little switchbacks. Man, I need some Bike Terra. Matt, I need Bike Terra, dude. Gonzo Johnny's in the mix. Good morning, good afternoon. Dudes, I'm going to catch up because I know I'm behind. Buenos dias, dudes. Very interesting race day and no break for the break so far. We are in the Prosecco region, so get the bubbles out. Or as I like to call it, Italian champagne. Ron Dalton's here. Dude, I can't say your name now that I keep thinking Ron Dalton. Ron Dalton. Bro, welcome aboard. We're talking about missing Superman Lopez. Guys, is he coming back? We talked about this earlier in the race. Is Angel coming back? Eventually. What did we say, 2027? He's out through that entire year? I think so. Okay, right here, dudes. It's showing it right here. They said it was a Pokemon ball. Okay, it does look like a Pokemon ball now that I see it. And I believe it was made by his kids. Narvaez was getting a new radio back at the team car, guys. I prefer to be on PCS a lot of times. I just use that for the map there. So we're 5 kilometers to the foot of Fastro. It's 3 kilometers long at 4%. Just super chill climb. Even I could get over that, guys. As Johnny's saying here, this group is not dangerous to GC or any classifications. Yeah, guys. In the front here, it's Mifsud. He's 2 hours and 43 minutes back. These guys are just going to be allowed to roll away today, and they're going to try to hang on for dear life. Aaron saying first day in 7 with nice weather in my region. That's around Virginia, guys. Johnny's saying here in Northern Europe, we went from a cold spring to a summer hot. Yeah, I saw it's been super hot there in the UK for sure. I saw that. So I'm sure, you know, Belgium, Netherlands, Northern France, probably super hot through there. Rail, dude. Okay, Rail. We're having hair talk. Oh, dude, Aaron. Yeah, Asagio cheese. That's one of my favorites. I think Asagio, isn't Asagio like Parmesan? But it's better. I think, to me, guys, I'm not a cheese expert. Dude, now we're having cheese talk. Let's talk about your favorite cheeses here. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crazy ones from our, Northern Europe friends. They eat weird cheeses there to me. I'm like a cheddar guy, mozza, crappy Parmesan here. You know the can that you sprinkle? Ugh, that's terrible. The powdery stuff. But yeah, when you get a good Asagio, it's like, it's so good. There's a cheese in Mexico. It's a Manchego. I love that cheese too. It kind of reminds me of Asagio. Dear Colin, this is Rail. I would recommend growing a long ponytail and you would look like a member of Status Quo. Dude, Status Quo, I think that's an 80s group. I'm going to have to look them up today. Colin's haircut determined by Lorena Vivas tweets. Yes. Rail saying, today is what I call the mafioso stage. There are 2 enterprises that each year force the Giro to pass through Castelli in Fonzano and the Mira del... Okay, this climb we're taking on today, the Poggio at the end, guys. Dudes, yeah, we had crazy weather yesterday, like crappy all day. I'm like, when do I get to ride? I didn't ride yesterday. It's just like gale force winds, cloudy. I thought storms were coming. Got sunny, then it poured, and then it heated up overnight. I woke up this morning and it was 25 degrees Celsius inside the house. I'm like, what? So all the windows are open now. We have 2 nice warm days. I think 27, 20 degrees Thursday, Friday. No, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, rain all day. So kind of got to get prepared for that. Yeah, Johnny. He started looking like a Michael Rasmussen with that mini goatee. Yeah, he shaved it off. I wonder if you heard us talking about him. Sorry, Jonas. Grow it out. Grow it out. I would have kept the goatee maybe if I was Jonas. That's what I would have done. The mustache, he's not a mustache guy. He's not. Dudes from Drew. Uh, okay, rail here. Poggio can mean hill, but it depends on the region. I think in Tuscany, Poggio, it is a Poggio, but south of Tuscany is a col. I always thought col means a pass. Yeah, closer to France. Okay, so a col might mean a hill in parts of Italy, but it means a pass in France. Okay. Oh, I think Miro means wall. Dude, when I looked at it this morning here, I'm thinking that's what I thought too. Dude, Miro. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. The mirror in Western France. The wall. The wall. The Huy de Mirror? What's it called? Yeah, I'm lost. Uh, Jonas is basically this decade's Froome. Maybe not a complete nobody as he had. Okay, just let me read this again. Okay, catching up, guys. Just reading lots of stuff. Let's see Pig Manzoli. Yeah, Pig Manzoli make a good ride today, helping Jonas make history. Ron Dalton, cool is a relative term down here. Dude, I love weather. I love weather. We could talk weather all day long. I love pulling up wind maps. I love temperature extremes. Um, Climate change is a real thing, but it's also a natural thing. Guys, I always tell people, like, you know, I guess here's Colin being environmental here, or not being environmental. When I meet extreme environmentalists, I'm like, well, you could have it the other way. How about we go the other way? How about we let it cool down and everything you know is gone? So where I live right now was under 2 miles of ice. What do you think lives under 2 miles of ice besides nothing? Nothing. That was all of like Western Canada, Eastern Canada, the northern parts of the States. The Great Lakes were scoured out by those same glaciations. There's all sorts of geographical, let's call it superficial geology features here, formed by those glaciers. Like the rocks that they carried would sit on the ground, and when the glaciers retreated, they formed like little, what we call pot and kettle topography here, just little tiny puddles everywhere, and they fill up with water over time. And so they were formed by those rocks being deposited on the soil underneath and just creating a depression, pot and kettle topography. I think they have a lot of the stuff down in Wisconsin too. So it's kind of weird. Like once you go across the modern day border, that was kind of the extent of the glaciation. Like it went into northern Montana, the Dakotas, Wisconsin, all those parts over the Great Lakes. But dude, there was nothing. Think about that. Just think to yourself, if you're in a cold climate, you go outside and there's been a freezing rain and there's like a half inch of freezing ice. Who remembers the ice storms in eastern states? Aaron probably remembers them from years ago. We don't really get ice storms here. That doesn't develop here in this part of the world. But Quebec gets really bad ice storms. They get like an inch thick of ice. It pulls down all the power lines, pulls down power poles, just shuts everything down. That's 1 inch of ice. Just imagine like a foot of ice. How you wouldn't be able to do anything. Then imagine 2 miles. Like N days. So there's extremes. Climate extremes. Yes, the French bank. Okay, so I'm way behind, guys. Farmers Credit Agricole. So I didn't even know Credit Agricole was still around. Like Rabobank. I'm going to catch up, guys. The free Piganzoli movement. I like that. I like that, guys. How far behind am I, dudes? Scotty Max and Colin, you should get tickets for Colorado Rockies for July 4th. I got mine already. Ooh, dude, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. Guys, I always forget about your holiday. Ours is July 1 here. That's a holiday in Canada. That's Canada Day. Yeah, dude, any baseball game, any sporting event on the 4th would be awesome. Still got our 4 dudes up front. They got 1 minute and 15. The Peloton's not going to let them get away today, guys. There's too many teams looking for something here today. I think they're all going to be working like, man, this is a stage win potential. Guy's having a freezy pop. Or as Matt Stevenson calls it, he's having an ice lolly. Yeah, that was an ice lolly right there. Trying to jam the plastic. This is Jonas Geens. He's having an ice lolly. Riding his canyon. Yeah, Gonzo saying we're passing lots of gorgeous mountains. Not riding them. Dude, that's tomorrow. Nope, that's not Jonas Geens. It's someone else from Alpecin. At the back, because he's riding right beside Geber Xavier. Oh my. Yeah, dudes, if I've missed any of your comments here, I'm not ignoring you. I just got to catch up. Okay, I'm caught up, guys. I'm just looking at some good stuff here. Uh, we have reached the chill part of the race by Aaron. Yeah, it is kind of chill here right now. Phase 2 won't be kicking off till probably... I think Phase 2 today, guys, is going to be kicking off at the sprint point. Just over kilometer 130. It just looks like a good opportunity. Let the sprint boys, if these dudes stay away, I don't think these guys are staying away today. They're going to be caught soon. Let the sprint boys have their fun. You know what? I'm sure Magnier wants to get those 12 points. Take a look at the points right now. It's Narvaez in first place, 12 points ahead of Magnier. So, and look how far down Milan is, 78 points. Magnier would like to win that sprint point today to equal Narvaez. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think there's going to be a bunch of opportunistic attacks right after, whatever you call this place. Guya. We'll just call it that for now. So that'll be like kilometer 132, something like that. I think attacks are going to be flying there, which is going to lead to the Red Bull KM, which is going to lead to the so-called Poggio of the day, and straight downhill into the finish line. Double headers on July 4th are the best, rarely done now. Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah, guys, I was way behind there. Great having the conversation going here. Drew's going to be in Colorado Springs for doctor's appointment July 6th. Johnny saying, I think it's all going to kick off 40K from the finish. Yeah, dude, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right around kilometer 170. So we're 171 today. So Johnny's saying around kilometer 131 exactly. That's where the big boys are coming out to get those sprint points. It's going to get serious now. Dude, really? The sprint teams cannot let Jonathan Narvaez win the sprint jersey. Yeah, 40K out. Yeah, Leknison being third in sprint points shows how wacky it is. Exactly. Yeah, Drew's going to be getting breakfast going after the epic climb at Fast Shore today. 3.2 kilometers at 4%. Super chill. 4 riders on the front here. EF, Pulte, Visit Malta, and Alpecin. Just having a nice ride today. I don't see them attacking here. They're not really hammering, guys. They are not hammering here at all. They're just being let to sit out front. Okay, you guys are out front. We're controlling from behind. We're going to come get you soon. Ron. What's for breakfast, Drew? Yeah, Johnny, gotcha. Yeah, we are agreed on that. That's just where I see it going off today. I just see that developing. The sprinters are going to drive the pace for those sprint points. Milan's going to fight for them. Magnier is going to fight for them. Maybe we'll get a real sprint point today. It's been stolen by the breakaways recently. And then there will be opportunist attacks coming right on the heels. Like, just be prepared, guys. Oh, this is really cool. They've got 2 dudes riding on one of those rail car bikes, pedal bike things. One guy's not even working. One guy's doing all the work. So you know those little carts that go down the rail lines? This one's a pedal one. I think they used to have seesaw ones too. Cameras on them. Nice job, dudes. Eddie's asking, are Red Bull main sponsor for Giro? I'm not sure who the sponsors are, really. Drew, for me, nothing yet. No food yet. Just coffee. I got to eat better. Yeah, I need a good breakfast today, guys. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Actually, so I got to confirm I got this house move out tomorrow. Like, guys, you got to get here and move this stuff. Like, there's things that, they don't look brutally heavy, but they're just too bulky for me to carry by myself, and I'm not supposed to. But if I have to, I'm going to go clean that house up by myself. I might go back and pick up my CX bike from the bike shop, because they said it's going to be about 2 weeks to get that wheel in. And I'm looking at all the rain for Sunday and Monday. I'm thinking I need my bike back so I can throw it on my trainer for those days. I'll ride my road bike, my Cervelo, outside today for the next 2 to 3 days. So that's cool. Guys, nextly, cross-country mountain bikes. Give me some advice. I need advice on cross-country mountain bikes. Mostly because I found riding my CX bike in that gravel, it was super twitch. Like, it's not cross country enough. I'm using it for a purpose. I'm trying to use my CX bike like it's a gravel bike. Well, obviously, totally different geometries, really. Uh, Tires really not wide. I guess I could put bigger tires on. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. But still, I'm not going to get big, beefy tires to kind of like ground through all that powdery gravel. So if you got any advice for me, I'm definitely not looking for a new bike because the best deals you're going to get are used bikes. Just buy a used bike that some dude bought and thought he was going to be a pro cyclist and then realized, oh, this is hard. This is the guy that hasn't worked out since high school. Trek on the Frontier, Jayco Alula present. Guys, let's take a look at the actual GC, what happened yesterday. Jonas first, Felix Gall now 4 minutes behind, Timon Harrison at 4:27. So that's our podium. Visma Decathlon, Net Company, Ineos. 4th place, Jai Hindley. I bet you before the start of the race you thought it would be Pellizzari. And I did see that Pellizzari's out. I forgot to mention that. Pellizzari is out of the race altogether. Have we talked about that yet? I saw that last night in a little blurb. Let's confirm that. Nope. It says he's still here. So where is Pellizzari then? So I saw this last night. I'm like, Pellizzari's out? No, there he is. Sorry, he's in 20th place. So yeah, blow up. Maybe that's what they meant by he's out. He's still in the race. Sorry, guys. I just saw it last night. Pellizzari out. Disappointment for Red Bull. And I'm like, out? So he is in the race, but really far down. Who would have thought it would have been Jai Hindley up here instead of Pellizzari? I was saying Pellizzari all the way. Derek G. Okay, Eulalio is still in 5th place for Bahrain Victorious. Derek G. 6th for Lidl Trek. Michael Storer, 7th. Tudor. Peganzoli, Team Visma. Damiano Caruso, Bahrain Victorious again. 2 riders in the top 10. Ben O'Connor, 10th place. Yeah. It's kind of what... So this is going to lead for us to see Ben O'Connor on probably a stage victory somewhere. He's going to try it. This is kind of what I expected. You know, there's always the big talk of GC contention. Same with Emmerich Mas. I saw talks about that yesterday. All these plans to win the GC, it never happens. It's just the way it plays out. Bernal in 11th. Rondel in 12th. Okay. Yeah, Tudor's doing nice here too. 12th and 7th place. Gonna jump back, you guys. They are on the Category 3 climb now. I can see the leaders going up the climb. The peloton chasing, just getting on the very... Yeah, they're on the foothills of the climb right now. Chat's on, guys. The chat is on today. Flocky's here. Ciao, dudes. Who's going to win today? Dude, it's going to be whoever attacks from like 30 to 40 kilometers out. Whichever attack. I think there's going to be a flurry of attacks right at the sprint point today. The actual official sprint point. Railson, there's also a cycling murder mystery associated with the region. It's about... Dude, what's the cycling murder mystery? Tell us more. I love murder mysteries. Oh, dude, okay, I do know this. I read the... Okay, we got one of the Pulte Visit Malta boys going through Fastro first. And second place, the other Pulte missed Visit Malta rider. Guys, I'm all over. I haven't settled in yet today. Yeah. Bottecchia. Guys, Bottecchia, however you say it. Super famous name. Winner of the Tour de France. Was shot, accidentally or not, by a local farmer in 1927. He had a bike brand too. I remember growing up in the 80s, that was a big name in bikes. Are those bikes still around? Bottecchia, or whatever it's called. Bottecchia. See the switchbacks easily on screen here now. I'll show you where those switchbacks are, the ones we're talking about. Yeah, right here. That's exactly, we're looking at that on camera right now. They're coming up the final part here. The very most upper part of the switchback there. And then they're going to be going more on just a straight east-northeast top corner on the map there. They're actually off it now. They're through the Category 3 as well. So a little delay here. Got to make sure this is live. We are live. But again, always going to be a bit of a delay here. I'm delayed. We don't need any translations here. My Italian's just absolutely perfect. Okay, murder mystery. Flocky wants a full suspension mountain bike. So, guys, I think if I was to go XC mountain bike, I just had a quick look. And dude, I have the image of the bike in my head. I'm like, yeah, that's the one I want. Bigger tires, but I can thrash it around a bit. Hardtail. I just want hardtail. I don't need full suspension. I grew up on a hardtail Rocky Mountain, so I had a bit of suspension in the front. I took it everywhere. Everywhere. I'd love to have the bike back right now. I broke my mountain bike out. That's been sitting in the barn for 8 years. Yeah, honestly, 8 years. When I got back into cycling in 2017, I went and bought like a cruddy mountain bike. I'm going to donate it when I go to pick up my CX bike to ride inside. I'm going to donate that bike outside of Cal Cycle. I told you guys there's an area where like Bikes for Africa, and then they tweak them all up, and once a year they get shipped across there somewhere. So I think that's a great cause. Oh yeah, Rail Senior Palizarium Blocky completely exploded. Yeah, Rail Senior G seems to be getting better and better. Yeah, G's getting better and better every day, and everyone says too that Caruso, he's kind of a dude that gets better along the way, and he pulled it off yesterday. Caruso back in the top 10 as predicted. Dudes, I don't even know who my Giro team is. I have, if you guys are playing any of the fantasy leagues, I do have a Giro team over on VeloGames. I haven't even looked at it. D-Trek, dude, I haven't seen you forever. D-Trek, how long has it been since you've been here? Says, yo, Colin, good to see you, man. Dude, good to see you. Dude. Guys, it's funny when people say dude. Stop saying dude. I love that one yesterday. I'm like, I'm going to say dude more. But I think it was being a bit sarcastic too. It's just what we do here. Aaron saying, by the way, Colin, Italian boat Luna Rossa. Dude, I wanted to look at that. Okay. That's the Italian boat Luna Rossa in the preliminary regatta in Sardinia in America's Cup qualifying. Next prelim in September. Dude, I'm going to have to watch all that. And again, I'd like to listen to a really good audiobook outside of the Dennis Conner one. I want something different because I know that story. Jim from Las Vegas, did Narvaez and Ciccone quit trying yesterday to save energy for today? I actually heard this morning that Ciccone says he's going to save energy today. Like, it's not his type of stage. And I think they're both they're probably very fatigued right now. Yeah. Ottavio. I can't say his last name, guys. It's just hard. Won the Tour twice. Hardtail baby for Ron Dalton. Yeah, guys, I prefer a hardtail. Dude, I want to be able to... So I had to type in this morning, describe a CX mountain bike. Or, sorry, cross-country mountain bike. Dude, it's meant for covering ground fast. I would say, guys, correct me. I would say, I'm just thinking out loud. The bike I'm talking about is like a Cape Epic type bike. It's not super crazy technical rock crawling, jumping through the air, kicking out. It's just you need a fast bike to cover rough terrain. And it has to be a bit more relaxed for me because when I did that ride when I broke my CX bike, the hub, it's way too twitchy on the gravel. Like I was all over the place. I was constantly, I'm crashing. I don't think my CX bike was made for riding in that type of gravel. What do you guys think? But yeah, I'm going hardtail. Aaron saying, I was a little surprised Arrieta did not just dead stop when the win was gone yesterday to allow Narvaez to get max points. Yeah, Arrieta looked fatigued yesterday too, I believe. That attack by Volgren, yeah, dude, I think you saw it in the video. I was like, they're just looking at each other. And 100 meters, 200 meters, gone. Then they start reacting. I'm like, guys, it's over. It's over. Man, we're still 43 kilometers away from the intermediate sprint. Man, I need a drink. Rail's got some great history here. Rail, dude, you know your history. Rail, what's your favorite race? It's got to be the Giro. The race will soon pass near Passo Crosteon, where in 1927, Tullio Campagnolo, I know how to say that, guys. Tullio, I didn't know that the first name was Tullo, had issues with gearing, so he afterwards invented the quick release and a back pedal derailleur. Wow. Dude, that's insane. I think I did know that there's a good book. Uh, there's I think there's 3 volumes on Audible, and it's the early years of the Tour de France. It's like the intermediate years of the Tour de France. I actually just started listening to it again a couple days ago with the Tour de France coming. Guys, it's coming fast. Yeah, they had 2 gears at the beginning. And it wasn't 2 gears. They just had a cassette on either side of the wheel, and they would flip the wheel around. So just imagine you're riding a tough climb. I got to switch gears. Okay, hang on a second. I got to get the wrench out. I'm talking like 1910, 1913. Yeah, the quick release was a great invention. They flip the wheel around. So you got to get the wrench out, take the nuts off, put them back on. Then you get to the top. I got to switch gears again. What a pain. Maybe Russell Coates has a book about that. Ron saying his go-to is an old stump jumper with rock shocks. Yeah, dude, I just want front suspension for a little bit of that kind of thing. Back can bounce around a bit. Bike Monkey, I'm 60 and my back and body appreciates the full suspension. Bike Monkey here is from the Sioux. D-Trek saying, got into a nasty accident training, but I'm back. Planning to hit the Masters Nationals here in Calgary. You win. Dude, D-Trek, why don't I remember enough about you? Dude, I think you've been gone a long time. In Calgary, really? Dude, I've been looking into something. This is crazy. I'm thinking about it. I don't know why. What I want to call an off-the-couch backyard ultra. There's a backyard ultra in Airdrie. July 17th. I'm just looking for something fun to do. So, guys, I don't run. I can walk, though. I thought, could you do a backyard ultra just walking? If anyone has any experience, let me know. Botekia. That's right, Botekia. Okay, dude, thanks, Gonzo. Yeah, backyard ultra. So I think it's 6.7 kilometers per lap. Start every hour. Just go. Put some sneakers on and go. Just show up totally unprepared, off the couch. Okay, so D-Trek got into a nasty accident. Dude, what happened? Let us know. Planning to hit the Masters National in Calgary this year. Dude, I'm definitely not in for that because I'm completely out of shape. But I'm getting back, guys. I'm getting back. That's why I said I got to get my bike from the bike shop just so I can train inside on Sunday. I will be going out today. I'm going to be doing some more Ride My Tile stuff. Probably I might even start throwing my bike in my car, ride somewhere, just put some normal clothes over top of my cycling stuff, jump on, do a 20-mile blast, fill in some squares. Dave's here. Dave's in the mix. We're talking about some regatta. Lac Le Mans. Okay, so this must be, it's Drew in Switzerland, I think. Yeah, Drew was living the 1% lifestyle, Drew. You're a 1%er. Kidding. I'd love to be a 1%er, though. Dave's saying he's personally a fan of mid-90s cross-country mountain bikes. Love my 97 Cannondale F700 hardtail. Yeah, dude, hardtail for me. You guys, yeah, full suspension's cool. I don't think I need that here. I think even if I wanted to go to the mountains, guys, the mountains are right there. They're right there. I remember riding all the stuff. I'll show you, dudes. Let's do a little bit of zooming in, zooming out here. Hopefully this doesn't get you too seasick. We're flying over here. Miro is somewhere over here. You guys, that's the one I'm talking about. I think it was Rail earlier who thinks Miro means wall in François. And I can't even speak. In French, Mur, wall. It's somewhere over here, I think. Hope we see it at the tour this year. So here I am again. Guys, out here, Bragg Creek. This is like mountain bike country right here. Bragg Creek's a small town just outside of Calgary. Tsuut'ina Nation's here. I think they're Sarsi, I believe. So this is First Nations land here. You go around it, go to Bragg Creek, and there's some trailheads out here. Here's the Elbow River. Bragg Creek Provincial Park. I forget where the trailhead starts, but you can do the Little Elbow. I think you have to go pretty far out here. Oh, there's Elbow Falls. Oh yeah, you have to go pretty far. Powder Face Ridge, that's a good mountain bike one here. And it's really cool because you can do the little elbow, big elbow, which I can't even see right now, guys. It's a 42-kilometer loop. It basically takes you across the Front Range, and you're almost into Kananaskis country. Right here, you can see Kananaskis Village. Ski place. They have conventions and stuff up there. But yeah, I used to ride mountain bikes out here all the time. I'm just trying to see where the actual... it's probably right here. Because you see the road dies out. Yeah, there was a campground here. And so you would head out, and I think I see it right here. Yeah, okay, dudes, I'm kind of lost. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for the trail right now. This looks familiar to me right here. Right there, Big Elbow. Big Elbow backcountry campground. Like, you can only get there by walking in or riding your bike. It's the only way to get there. So I used to go ride this loop all the time by myself back in the day. And I guess the short story of the long story there is, yeah, I just rode it with hardtail, my Rocky Mountain, back in the day. Rail, my favorite race, I'm not sure. Dauphiné was often a great race. I also love Kern, Brussels Kern. We've already had Kern, Brussels Kern, correct? I think we just had that a few weeks back. Dauphiné, guys, coming up on June 7th. I'm going to do that race. So, guys, I see some new comments here. This dude here, Jay, at Jay. Morning Colin. Who is at Jay? JL970. Morning Colin, do you know the history of the black jersey? Dude, I don't. Let me know. Jay, drop that knowledge here. Dropping some knowledge with Jay. That segment's coming up right now. Yeah, so I talked about it yesterday, but we're going to Sunday with this race. The women's Giro starts Sunday. The Dauphiné, so the women's race, I think, is 9 stages. That's going to take us from the 30th through to like the 8th or the 7th or the 8th, whatever it is. The Dauphiné starts on June 7th, and it's 9 stages. So that's going to take us right to... Here, I better back out, guys. The Dauphiné... It's a World Tour race, isn't it? Yeah, there it is right there. I hate that the name's different here. Paul's going to be there. 8 stages. And it goes to the 14th. The 14th of June. Then after that, we got the Tour de Suisse. That's a World Tour race. Right here. It starts on June 17th. It's only 5 stages, though. That's going to take us to what? The 23rd? 22nd? 21st. So that takes us to the 21st of June. Tour de France starts on July 4th. I think what I'll do is I'm going to do all these races. So Giro, Ladies Giro, Dauphiné, Tour de Suisse. I mean, Poggy's going to be here. Pidcock, Arnaud Delis, Lenny Martinez, Matty Brennan. The guns are coming out, boys. The guns are coming out for this one. So I think we should cover this one too. At that point, I think I'm going full dark. Full dark until Tour de France. I might do a Tour de France preview show like when they do the riders presentation. I might do that. Okay, someone's getting attended to here. Vicente Rojas is getting his knee looked at right now from the doctor's car in the Citroën. Getting worked over a little bit there. I think he's a Bardiani rider. Yeah, he's a Bardiani rider. So yeah, lots of racing coming, guys. So that's basically... I think there's racing straight through. Hang on, Colin. Sorry, guys. Just trying to get my life figured out here. So the Dauphiné goes from the 6th... Guys, yeah, I'm half brain dead. So the Dauphiné goes to June 14th. When does Tour de Suisse start? Did it say the 15th? Tour de Suisse starts on the 17th. So there'll be a couple days off. So I will have a day or two off. Because otherwise it was going to be like, I don't know, like 25 days straight of streaming. And that's why I would take those 10 days off. So maybe I don't need 10 off. But I probably will take those 10 off, whatever it is. Do a preview show of the Tour de France. I do have Steven Cycles. You guys have seen him in the channel before. He sent me a really cool Tour de France preview mag book from Scotland yesterday. So it's been shipped. So I'm going to have that. Can't get it here. There's some goodies coming as well. There's some goodies coming. The shipping was expensive, I guess. He goes, I put some extra goodies in for you. I was like, what am I getting? Am I getting some kind of weird Scottish chocolate? Scottish candies, maybe? Yeah, like hard candies. I know the Scottish people love that. My dad used to eat those all the time. Back to Tour Tracker, guys, kind of give you a little glimpse of where they're at. Riding the valley system still. Big procession going through the valleys here, chasing after our 4 riders out front. And we'll take a look here and see where we're at. Gap did open up a bit out to 1. It went from 115. It's now at 135. Going through a little place called Sorrendel Grappa. Man, just let me move here. Just let me live in an Airbnb for a couple of months. I'll learn Italian. I'll try to fit right in. So yeah, I don't know the story of the black jersey. I think I kind of heard something about it, but guys, refresh me. You guys need to comment here more. Eddie Sim back in 2023. Michael Valgren was at the Tour of Langkawi. Aaron, on Baseball Talk column, Ohtani had a leadoff home run and pitched 6 shutout innings, but he was disappointed with 4 walks and an HBP. What's an HBP? What is an HBP? I don't know. Dude, it was funny here yesterday. There was a stat earlier today. Let's see if I can find it, guys. It was showing the winnings by teams, and I thought it was kind of pathetic. I'm going to go back here through the stats. I can't even see it. Dude, it showed the winnings by teams, and I can't remember if it was UAE or Visma. Team winnings so far for the Giro, the second biggest bike race in the world. Team winnings for, it was either Visma or UAE. It was 70-something thousand euros, I would imagine. Guys, Ohtani probably makes 70,000 euros per game. Think about that. Shohei Ohtani probably makes 70,000 euros per game. Does that sound, you guys, is that fair? Tell me if that's fair, guys. 162 games. What does he get paid per year? Gadoosh. Vuelta also had those crazy third week stages like the Classic, Aru versus Dumoulin versus Perito. Johnny still riding his dude, my first ever good bike I bought. Johnny, I love the comment. My first ever good bike I bought was this would have been when I was watching the Tour de France, ABC's Wide World of Sports, 10 minutes of coverage every Sunday afternoon. I'd see, wow, look at this. Look at this stuff. And this is in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Nowhere near cycling. Everyone here is hockey, CFL football, baseball. That's probably the 3 main sports, I guess. Cycling, nothing. And then I would go to the mall and I'd see Winning magazine. I should have kept all those magazines, man. Now when you try to find them, now they're $40 and $50 a magazine. Winning with the yellow border around it. And then there was also Bicycling magazine. I loved Winning, though. It was more race-oriented. I bought my first race road bike. I bought a Miata 610. It was brown. Dude, it was a really good bike. So a Miata 610 is a touring bike. That's what it was. So it was a drop bar touring bike. Triple up front. I wouldn't even remember what the gearing was. But I did use that bike to go touring in the mountains. So I thought that was really cool. I think I bought that bike at the end of grade 9, maybe grade 10. So yeah, Koga. That's Miata. I think Miata is a long gone brand. They say most mountain bikes never see any dirt. Guys, talking about my Miata trip, I'll show you again here. So I lived in Calgary, and I'll show you where I lived in Calgary. Old part of Calgary. Right here. I live in Abbeydale. I'll show you my house. Actually, I won't because it's kind of ugly now. I lived on the street right here. I lived right here. The Abingdon Playground. I lived at 91 Abingdon Drive. Wow. I think probably this house right here. I did drive by it a while ago and took a picture of it. Yeah, pretty run down now. So that was the edge of Calgary. Calgary's expanded more on the other side. But dude, so me and my friend Justin, this would be between grade 11 and grade 12. We jumped on our bikes, rode across Calgary here. We rode out all the way to Banff. Yeah, we did this in one day. We rode to Banff. We stayed up a campground, I think up at Tunnel Mountain Campground maybe. I can't remember where it was really. And then we kept trucking on the number 1 all the way through the mountains here. Don't go take the 93. That takes you down to the hot springs. You have to keep going to Lake Louise. There's the beautiful waters of Lake Louise. Guys, why don't we take a look at Lake Louise? We're going to stand right here and take a look at Lake Louise. Well, that's not pretty. Dude, that's Lake Louise. Glacial fed. Kind of got that bluey, aquamarine, powdery color, rock flower. We talked about that. This is Lake Louise. The chateau's up here. Lots of people taking their pictures, blah, blah, blah. I didn't stop and take a picture, of course. Go past Lake Louise. Through Yoho. I think we stopped in Trail. Sorry. We stopped in Field. We got caught in a brutal storm. Brutal storm. Me and my friend Justin, we hid under an underpass where the trains go under. We hid under there to survive the rains. And we ended up staying when we got down Trail. Really cool braided river system here. Like it's braided. Think about that interfingering of different streams, and it's all rock and gravel through here. We stayed here. I just remember it was probably this campground right here. Guys, this is like 1986. Holy crap, 40 years ago. We stayed here. I remember the next day, people, 2 families that were camped side by side, they gave me and Justin food. They're like, hey dudes, here's some peanut butter and a block of cheese. I remember that so well in my head. Here guys, take this. Because Justin would have been 1 year ahead of me. He would have been 18. I would have been 17 years old. And like, we were probably starving to death. And soaked. And sleeping in a crappy tent. I think we shared the tent too. Oh my God. When I think about it. We left Field. Then you come down. You get to Golden. Golden's a nice mountain town here. You keep trucking all the way. Man, this is like a lifetime ago. You get to Revelstoke. We did all this. Again, I talked about this guys here. The Revelstoke Hill Climb. Longest paved climb in Canada. 25 kilometers at 5%. I really want to ride that one day. We kept riding from there all the way to Sicamous. Sicamous is kind of like the start of vacation country in Canada. Oh, here on the west side. Lakes everywhere. You're entering the Okanagan. This is where they start to have all the fruit production in Canada. You also have a lot of it in Ontario too, but on this west side of Canada. Tons of cabins here and lakes. And in the end, we made it to Salmon Arm. And we camped out for a couple days, and then we rode back. All the way. Good times, guys. That was quite the trip, when you think about it. Quite the trip. I think it was 500 or 600 kilometers as a 17-year-old on my way out of 610. Dudes, gadoosh. Okay, we're not supposed to go there. That was my weather for today. Watching the race, guys. Still riding in these valley systems. And currently 66 kilometers to go. I'm going to give that a refresh just in case, guys. 63. And catching up with the chat. Jim from Las Vegas. Colin, I know you love baseball. Ever been to the greatest ballpark in MLB? Dude, San Francisco Giants. Dude, I want to go to that stadium. I really do. It's right on the water. There's dudes in kayaks sitting out there. I've only been to 2 stadiums. I've just kind of like stumbled into going to games. I went to an Angels games when they were the California Angels. We were in Disney. Wow, so long ago, dudes. Dudes, I'm a real sentimental type dude. I gotta admit that. I'm very sentimental and nostalgic. I have a really good memory, and I always tell people it's really beneficial, and it hurts me at times too. Because I think about things from the past, and I'm like, wow, yeah. I can think of every detail of every trip I've ever been on. I don't know if that's what's considered a photographic memory. I don't think it is, but it's good for remembering places, names, pictures. But yeah, I went to the Angels game, and I absolutely loved it. As soon as I went to a ball game, I'm like, yeah, this is my thing. It kind of reminds me of this. It's slow enough that you don't miss a lot. Whereas if you watch hockey, you're like, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding. Right? Basketball for me, I have no... Guys, it must just tell me I like the slow pace. I like the story behind baseball. I like the stats. And I know there's stats in those games too, but basketball, if you get up and take a whiz, they could have scored 20 points, right? By the time you go to the bathroom, grab another drink, maybe it's too much scoring for me. I like a slower pace. I should like soccer, but I'm not really... okay, I'll get into soccer then. Dude, San Francisco would be a place to go. There's a dude on the Giants, plays right field. Um, I'm positive he's Canadian. He played for the Okotoks Dogs, Dawgs. Charles Pester was in the chat 2 days ago, I think. He's from Okotoks. So that's a college level league, open season. Why do I say open season? Like it's hunting season. Season opener for that league is tonight, May 28th. So the Okotoks Dogs, they've been a pretty dominant team. So it's college ball, lots of Canadians, tons of American dudes that have finished university, college in the States. They fly up to Sylvan Lake and other parts of Canada here. It's a Western league. I think it's only in Alberta and Saskatchewan. And I think there's 12 teams. They play ball 50 games maybe. I'm going to go check some of that out. But yeah, so there's a dude from the Dogs, though, that plays on the Giants. So I don't know how he got there, but he did. He plays right field, right outfield. And I think I saw him playing, I think the Jays played them. No, it was the Dodgers played the Giants early on. I think it was their first 3 games they played against the Giants. Positive. Yankees. Sorry, guys. It was the Yankees. I remember the Yankees played the Giants first 3 games of the year. Then I think they went up to the Mariners. Yeah, dude, I'd love to go there. I could just imagine the atmosphere. And Dave's got his K2 rolling, the urban assault vehicle. The Wall of Huy in Belgium. Okay, that's the one I'm thinking about maybe. That one too, the Mur de Huy. Dude, you're right. Rail, you're right. The Mur de Huy in Wallonia in Belgium, and there's also the Mur de Bretagne on the west coast of France there. But it's a mur, so obviously that's the word, mur. And then in Italy, they call it muro at the end here. That must mean wall, as I think you pointed out, Rail. Pulte has twice the attack kilometers the rest of the teams have. I hope they get something out of it this Giro. Yeah, dude. Lots of TV time, representing their sponsors good. Pulte's been great this race. Huge. They've done more than some of the World Tour teams have. Pulte reward is just getting TV ad time in Italian colors. Yeah. Dave's saying, I see so many Freds. Is that the word? Freds. So I think Freds is probably like a poser. I see so many Freds rolling full suspension downhill bikes in the city with no real mountains or extreme dirt. Yeah, kind of a poser. Jonas just had a mechanical, guys. And looks like an NSN boy did there too. NSN dude is stuck in a massive gear. It looks like, okay, no, he's okay. Yeah, Jonas was getting a push. I think he had a bike change. He's adjusting his bike computer here. Looks like he was just locking it back in place. He's in the team car, so he's fine. Probably something bothered him on his bike there. Okay, guys, I'm behind again. I'm gonna catch up. But D's got a good comment here. D-Trek, a runner on earbuds crossed the bike path when I was doing 40k an hour. 2 ribs, vertebra cracked, and my bike is trashed. Literally frame cracked in 3. Jesus, dude, I'm glad you're okay. How long were you off the bike? Forget me not, man. Okay, I'm way behind. Yeah, dude, that was that Google Maps stuff I was showing you guys. Dudes, I've never had a bad crash on the bike. I've been lucky. Dude, Johnny, exactly. To me, they can change the name of race all they want. To me, it's the Dauphiné Libéré. Exactly. That's what I grew up with too, the Dauphiné Libéré. D, where did that crash happen? So you're talking Calgary National. Dude, tell me where it happened and I'll look it up in Calgary for you. Just give me ballparks. I'm going to guess near the zoo, downtown Calgary, something like that, where it's swarmed with people. Rent a full suspension with good lockups and ride the same trail with a hardtail before you decide. I always like the lighter weight whip. Yeah, I want lightweight. I want fast. Because I figure with I'm looking back in time, guys, my Rocky Mountain bike, pretty early 90s, all it had was front suspension. I took on some pretty nasty stuff out west in the mountains there. Not extreme, and I'm not flying through the air like Red Bull guys, but I survived it, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm thinking a modern cross-country front suspension only is more than adequate for me without the extra weight of the rear suspension. That's how I'm looking at it. If I could do it 30 years ago, why not now? My back's good. Yeah, Rail. Nice to see PCS still referring to the Dauphiné as the Dauphiné and not Rhone Alps, Avron. When I saw that name, I'm like, where's the Dauphiné? I'm like, what happened to the Dauphiné? I'm like, oh, it's that race. Jay. Okay, so Jay has been here before. It's been a while since I caught a live. Dude, I didn't know that. So, Jay, sorry I didn't recognize your name. Thanks for being back, dude. Thank you for being back. Canned haggis. Yeah, I don't know what yeah, if it's not Scottish, it's crap. Yeah, so he goes, I got your mag, dude. I said, dude, just tell me what I owe you. I think the shipping was more than the magazine. So, and he showed me it. It looks awesome. And I think it even comes with some beer coasters. So, there's that. Yeah, Aaron's saying too, still remember when the Dauphin had the Libre. Rails commented, they're passing north of Monte Grappa. We saw that. Famous for its stunning views and World War I Museum. Previously, Nairo Quintana and Poggi won on Monte Grappa. Hit by pitch. Dude, who was it a few days ago? Alcantara? Yeah, Alcantara for the Marlins. I think he hit 4 or 5 Blue Jays. Like, it was kind of getting ridiculous. And then the next day, another pitcher for the Marlins hit Okamoto. And he was kind of having some issue with the Blue Jays dugout. Like, even the commentators, like, dude, stop looking at the dugout. Stop looking at John Schneider. And they were, like, kind of talking to each other there. It's like, you just hit one of the Blue Jays, right? That same dude, I think his name was Perez, maybe. They showed him doing some stretching in between innings. And he hurt himself in between innings doing some, like, just like this. He was just doing, like, stretching like this, like old guy stretching. Tweaked his back, had to be walked off out of the dugout, down in the tunnel, not under his own power. Hit by pitch. Okay, makes sense. Astana's got the most UCI points so far this Giro, then Visma. Dude, I remember the choppers, the rally chopper. I never had one. Dude, how about the ones that look like a full-blown motorbike? You know the ones that had like straight bar and it had like a fake gas tank, and then behind it had about a seat about that long, like a solid motorbike seat. And I think it even had big spring. Those things must have weighed 80 pounds. But they were the coolest bikes at the time. Yeah, look at this. Aaron, thank you for doing the math for me. Otani on around 70 million USDs per year, guys. That works out to $432,000 per game. And Visma or UAE, whichever team it is, so far, prize winnings, has just over 70,000 euros. Like, that's pretty pathetic, really. 70,000 euros, maybe that's $100,000 US. I'm just going to round. I'm just going to round it up. I know a euro's worth a bit more than a dollar. They've raced every day for, 18 days, 17 days straight, and they've won 100,000. Otani makes 432,000 every game, whether he plays or not. Yeah. Interesting. Great player. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, ABC's Wild World of Sports. I'm going to start catching up as I'm skimming. I'm looking for the coolest comments here. Dave said he had a Cooey. Love a factory Cooey. Factory curry. D saying I'm surprised there isn't a cross Canada tour, to be honest. Keep on. Flocky saying keep on trucking in the free world. All I can hear is keep on rocking in the free world. Rail, what's the highest road pass near you? Dude, good question, and thank you for asking. This leads us to another call and diversion. I would pass Kananaskis, Alberta. Now, I believe this is the highest paved pass in Canada. The other one I talked about was the longest paved climb in Canada at Revelstoke. So where is this? So guys, we can see right here, this road is closed December through June. Tons of snow up here. This is Kananaskis country. Right here, it does say picturesque site of Canada's highest mountain pass. A popular ride for cyclists and motorcyclists. So all the cyclists go out here when the road's closed, like in May and June. before all the cars get out here. So then you can just ride wherever you want on the road. I don't, it's not, okay, I've never done it. So this isn't that far, guys. Like, I'll show you. Here's Calgary. So you come on the number one, and you come here to Kananaskis Village. I don't actually know where the climb actually starts. But you can ride out and do the whole Kananaskis, the Highwood Pass here. How high is it? It's not, guys, it's not really high. Like, you're not dying of oxygen up there. It's tons of people do the Highwood Pass. Tons of people. I think I've done some climbs out here. This might be very close to where I went hiking that one time with Mike, Hand Grenade Division. He always lurks here, and then he'll pop in. This might have been very close to where me and Mike had to get rescued by the Rangers. Well, we didn't get rescued. We were hiking, and as soon as we came back off the trail, and I remember when we came from the east side of the trail, the Rangers screamed up to us and said, jump in the back. And it might have been at one of these two parking lots right here. Yeah, me and Mike went on this crazy hike, and I remember we were way up high, and there is a picture of me shirtless. Guys, shirtless at the top. Ladies, dial it down. Dial it down, please. Yeah, dude, no, that's the highest one near me. Not the toughest by any means. Budget Rider, 1983 Univega Sport Tour. Wow, 13 years old. Rode from Spokane, Washington to Coeur d'Alene. Dude, I've been to both places. Been years since I've been to them. Guys, the last time I was in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. Oh, dude, that's a lifetime ago. Like probably 1985. Dude, we might have seen you on the road. Like seriously, it was 1985. It was right before the start of high school for me. Went there with a friend of, one of my friends and his family. We stayed on some lake outside. We stayed in Sandpoint, Idaho. And we visited Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. Gotta catch up, guys. Baseball stat of the day is Philly pitcher Christopher Sanchez extending scoreless inning streak to 44 2/3. Oh, wow. Break the franchise record from 1911 by Hall of Famer Grover Cleveland Alexander. Dude, I don't think anything can touch baseball for stats, like including cycling. Like the stats. About Poles on camera now riding with the Unibet Rose Rocket Boys. 3 of them abreast here. 201, 208. That must be, it's Dylan on the far side there. Just so you can tell by the thickness of his quads. What were you guys thinking I was talking about there? Got a dude kayaking along here. Love it. Yeah, guys, saying we're down to 120 now. Yeah, 120 still, 52 kilometers to go. Kind of still, we're in the tail end of phase 1 right now, guys. Phase 1, still kind of, it's chill time. That's where we're catching up with all the chat here. Guys, when do I start doing baseball? Could we do baseball? I know I've asked you guys before. Would you guys watch it with me? Exactly the same. Sportsnet, it's going to be Blue Jays versus everyone, okay? Because I get to see every Blue Jays game. Stats, chat. I think I'd use ESPN Gamecast, I think they call it. It's kind of like a live Gamecast like this. And then I would also have like StatCast, and I would also have Baseball Savant as tabs. We'd also have Google Maps open to visit all the stadiums, all the ballparks. Yeah, dude, I think I'd love it. I've pretty much missed all the games this weekend. So I'm trying to catch up with all the baseball again. Yeah, Drew, yeah. It's going to be pretty tough to beat Colorado for Independence Pass there. Going to be really tough. I'm not sure why you want to change his bike there. Yeah, Dave, Colin, not to be superstitious, never say that you haven't had a bad crash out loud too often. Dave, I thought I was going to crash my first time on my CX bike outside. I was trying to ride the soft on the side, and next thing you know, I was getting sucked into the ditch. It wouldn't have hurt, but, it still would have been like a wake-up call. Unclicked right away, and I have road pedals on my CX bike, and I keep them really tight. So I thought, I'm not getting out, but I did. Okay, Fab Sing here. Adam Blythe, commentator on whatever that show is. Matt Norla, just asked him why he stopped, and he told him it was for 2 chain rings. Okay. Dude, I thought about doing that too. Like, my next bike, do I go 1 by? I think the technology's there now for one by. I think for for guys like me, not for pro racers, but in other sports, Roland Garros, dude. I used to love watching tennis too. Mm, Racing, I don't know if I've ever been above 150 meters above sea level. Never been in the mountains, mostly on the coastline. Okay, dude, I'm never near the coast. Never near the coast. The only time I'm at the coast is when I go to Cabo. Speaking of Cabo, guys, you made me do it. Think trips in order soon. The blue dot's me. This is the flight. I board here. So, guys, we're going deep. Here's the Calgary airport. Now home to, I think, the longest runway in North America. And what's weird is we used to already have a very long runway here. This guy. They built this one brand new. It's for, I think, A380s can land here. Is that what it is? I think. Again, I grew up in just this side of Calgary here. The east side. So they got the super long runway here now. The old terminal, the new terminal. And guys, it's such an easy shot for me. There's like one light or something to get to the airport. Is there one light? There's not even one light. Yeah. I can drive all the way there through overpasses and that. It's a 45-minute drive, maybe. Jump on the plane. Straight south. Plane always comes across this way because you can start seeing the Baja here. And then we go right to Cabo San Lucas right here. So this is where I love going. It's a super easy trip. Good winds, you can be there in just over 3 hours. 3:15. Bad, 4. Maybe just over 4. Direct flight, I never have to change. I don't want to stop anywhere and wait for a plane. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Cabo San Lucas, you don't land in Cabo itself. If you're North American and you want to go there, you land up here in San Jose del Cabo, small airport, but very modern now. When we first started going to San Jose Cabo, it was this guy. It was this little terminal here. I remember the first time we went, we got put in a holding pattern for almost an hour. We were going to go to Mazatlan because a huge storm had just gone through and washed all the roads out. We were the first plane to be on the ground again. But now they've expanded it, so that's just domestic now. Here's the new international terminal. So you can see, basically one runway airport. That guy. Different part of the world though, man. Like here, it's yeah. It's just basically dirt, sand fields with little huts and stuff like that. It's different. San Jose, super nice. Right here, they have a hotel zone. Here's the Hyatt Ziva. Let's do this, guys. I have stayed at, that's a new one. I've stayed at this one, the Gran Solaris. This used to be the Barcelo. They got a lighthouse up top, which I've never been in. They got a nice infinity pool here. I've stayed at the Royal Solaris. These are just nice family resorts, nothing special. There's a good burger place across the way here. It's owned by, I think it's owned by Gene Simmons of Kiss. One of the Kiss guys owns it. And but if you want to go to Cabo, so you got to land there and then take a shuttle. Really, it's fine, easy. I stayed at a few places in the way. Paradisus. This used to be called Cabo Real. Malia Cabo Real. There was a huge storm. 2013, 2014. This place was the worst hit place in Cabo, right here. I think they shut down for like 2 to 3 years and rebuilt the whole place, and now it's brutally expensive. It is really cool here too. They have a built-up area here. I think this is the spot where there was an old concrete pier here. They busted it all up and made this super safe swimming zone here. Along the edges of the beach here, it's kind of sketchy for swimming. Kind of sketchy. But Cabo to me is this area right here. Here's the Ryu Palace. I've been here 4 or 5 times. This is probably my favorite place. It's an old family place, but this is the first place I took the girls back in 2012. This is Villa del Palmar. We've stayed downtown. You can stay in the marina. This is a good place to stay too, in the marina. This is Marina Fiesta. You're right in the marina. Really cool. Watch the fishermen go out every day. They got a beautiful mall here. You can go buy your watches when you're on vacation. We've stayed on this side. This is the side you never swim. You never swim this side, guys. You're kind of hanging out more in the Pacific side. Deadly waves here. You got to wait for a really calm day. Back to bike racing. Currently 48 kilometers to go. Oh, We got some kind of crash here. We do have riders down on a slight uphill here. Ooh, Eulalio's down. Eulalio's down, holding his left elbow, guys. Eulalio is down, holding his left elbow. We do have one Bahrain rider with him. How did this accident happen? Well, I wasn't watching, so... here, Hartis de Vries for Unibet Rose Rockets. Hartis was the main guy when I first started watching the Titama Rockets videos on YouTube. Might have been a slow speed crash, so Eulalio might have hit the ground pretty hard there. He is getting back on his bike now. Nope, taking a bike swap. He decided to go with the fresh bike. Grab your head unit for your bike there. Teammate sticking with him. Hartis, poor guy, he's stuck without a bike. He looks like he's in pain. So Eulalio does have a teammate with him. They got to just shake that little crash off. Guys, so yeah, I'm way behind. Yeah, Drew's been hit by a lot of cars. How did this happen? Feed zone, guys. They're in a feed zone. That's why. Someone grabs a bottle, just chains. Yeah. Someone probably drive to grab a bottle, crossed wheels, put a couple riders down. So there's the Unibet rider. Eulalio's down. Trying to see who caused this. There, it happened right there. I couldn't see how exactly, but I got to imagine there's just a touch of wheels. 2 riders did hit the ground, though. Dave's saying, yeah, 5 guys. So I think we're talking about the old motorbike-looking bikes. Yeah, American football players can make at least $1 million per game. Yeah, it's kind of sick. Like, man, these guys don't get paid enough over here in cycling. Highwood Pass, 2,200 meters. The Giro will be going while climbing the Gao Pass. Yeah, it gets pretty high there. Yeah, and I guess, too, the Highwood Pass is high to start with. It's already high to start with. Like, Calgary's over 1,000 meters, so at 22, you're not really going up that much. I bet you the Highwood Pass, you can find the climb on Strava. You're probably already at 1,500 meters. It's not a hard pass at all. It's not. I've never ridden it myself, but when you look at the stats, you're only climbing 400 or 500 meters. It's not like a 1,200 meter, 1,400 meter climb like you'd see over in Europe. Not to poo-poo it, but that's how it is. Highest peak in Virginia is Mount Rogers. Oh, yeah, shirtless and shredded. Dude, I kind of was back then. What happened? Oh, it's Mifsud's birthday today. He's in the breakaway today, guys, for Team Pulte Visit Malta. Peloton is on 120. Yeah, so Eulalio just lost 1 minute and 20 seconds there. They're going to have to start relaying back to the front. He's down 1 minute and 20, so he's trying to hold on to a GC position here. Descending now, he's got a sore left elbow. His arm, he's shaking that out a lot. Don't be doing that on the descent, dude. Not on the descent. Let's wait for the flats. Phase 1 will be ending soon, guys. Yeah, look at this here on Flow Bikes. 119 to the Peloton from the break. It's 252 now from the lead, the front end of the race to Eulalio. Oh, Dave. Highest ride for work, 86th floor of a new condo. Wow. Drew, Colin, I've been thinking about the Ram race across America. Can we do an easy daily Ram? Dude, okay, we'll do it. Block out an hour each morning for highlights and updates, images, board from... Dude, I'll try it. Guys, that makes me think Unbound is this weekend. When I talk to my bro. Dude, Colton, you're my bro. I hope you watched the video, dude. Colton at the bike shop. Dude, he's a great rider. And I've kind of... I don't want to say I've watched him grow up, but I'd see his ride and go, holy, this kid's strong. And... yeah, it's when I used to ride outside more. And again, I kind of disappeared from riding outside for years. I'm back at it now. However, I'm kind of like, I want my bike back to ride inside on Sunday, but I'm also dreading it now that I've been outside again. Yeah, Drew, so Ram's coming. So Drew, I'll look into it, how I can do it. Unbound is this weekend. Colton asked me, he goes, dude, can you cover any of those races? I'm like, well, I got to think about how I'm going to do it. And also, I know a few days ago, maybe a few weeks back, maybe last year, we talked about Alex Stita, first North American to ever wear the yellow jersey at the Tour de France on a 2-stage day. Had it in the morning, lost it in the afternoon. He's got the Alex Stita Classic, and it's up, I think it's Sherwood Park. It's this weekend too, in Alberta. So Alex Stita, and he must live up there. Back on the Googles. Where's Sherwood Park, guys? So here I am. Here's Calgary. Big two cities in Alberta are Calgary and Edmonton. Here's me, the blue dot. Just truck up the number 2, skip past Red Deer. Maybe it's Spruce Grove. But you know what? Spruce Grove, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan. Where's Sherwood Park? It's on this side. Yeah, right here. On the east side of Edmonton. That's where Alex Stita hangs out these days. And so he's got the Alex Stita Classic this weekend going on, which I know nothing about. Sorry, didn't mean to go there, guys. That's just my YouTube stream. What kind of like lurks in the background? I can check and see if things are working or not. Oh, yeah. The fire alarms at the dorms. Yes, I know that feeling. I didn't live in the dorms, but I heard all about them. Guys setting off the fire alarms all day, all night. Rail saying, in my region, the highest climb may not even be above 100 meters. Highest paved road in my country, I believe, is the climb to CI up to roughly 1,400 meters, and the highest pass, Glodoka, at 1,100 meters. Highwood Pass is in Kananaskis country, Aaron? Dave's cheering for Le Habitant. Carolina, Dave. I think they're playing Carolina. Isn't Montreal playing? Yeah, Montreal's playing Carolina. Did they survive last night? I don't even know if they did. Drew lives at almost 2,400 meters. That's insane. Death, taxes, and 2 Pulteys in the break. The Pulteys have been in the break almost every day. We got Ryan Mullen pulling now at the front for NSN Cycling. I'm gonna start watching this a bit more, guys. I kind of have one eye on here, one eye there. I see Antonio Morgado for UAE's up there, and then the Visma boys. The race is gonna start here now. We're down to 105 from the peloton to our 4-rider break. Okay. It's Robert Stannard who's back there with Eulalia right now. I think he was the only one that stuck with him. Everyone else must have been further up the road. Weird. So he was a New Zealander up till 2016 and then decided to become an Australian. How does that happen? Wow, there's such a fierce rivalry between New Zealand and Australia to do that. Habs only East Finals, down 3-1 against Carolina. So did the Habs win last night? They must have. Were they down 2-1? Yeah, can't remember. Think nature breaks in order here soon, guys, so I can get ready for phase 2 of the race. The race is going to start soon. This is just the warm-up here. Down under 1 minute now. We're at 59 seconds with 43 kilometers to go. Okay, you guys are just talking about the crash here. Drew's asking, is that dark hole near Cabo a true hole? Guys, I'm not sure what you're referring to, Drew, but Cabo, where it sticks out there into the Pacific, they call it the Sea of Cortez on the east side. It's just the Pacific wrapping its way around. The water's very, very deep, though, front there. Very deep. And just the waves just come in. It's not like the Caribbean side where you have like 2-3 inches of water for 100 yards out. It's not like that. And I think I've been to Cabo 21 times. I think that's the count. You'll be standing on the beach. It'll be calm. Next thing you know, you get hit by, it seems like a 10-foot wave. Just smash. And people that don't know the area are like just pummeled on the beach. I think there's been 1 or 2 times in all the times we went as a family. One time, the girls went in the water, and I was like, it's safe. It's safe. If you go further into that little curl on the Baja there, on Medano Beach, very safe. But right where we stay, the waves can still pound pretty hard. But one time there was like hundreds of people in floaties in the water. So I said, girls, go. Now's your chance. And, watch really close. But they just floated along nicely. It was so weird. It was almost eerie. I've seen so many people get smashed there. There's people that drown there every year. They get sucked out into the riptides. Actually, there's a video, I think, on YouTube somewhere where some pro surfer dude, guys, I have to show you now. Back to Cabo here. So if you come to Cabo San Lucas ever, super safe here. Very safe. Out here, it starts getting bad again. Right through here. Really bad. You'll be on the beach, and next thing you know, you're just smashed to pieces. It kind of goes, there's no, oh, the dark hole, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it must be something weird there. I don't know. It's just like deep, 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 deep beach. So there's nowhere for the wave to really slow down. The waves aren't starting way out there. They break at the last second. Bang. The video I'm talking about, yeah, I think he was some pro surfer. They do a lot of surfing out here. It's not great surfing, I don't think, if you're a surfer. Here I am crapping on Cabo. Yeah, great job, Colin. It was out here somewhere. Some lady was getting pulled out, and he ran in the water and grabbed her. You have to be a super strong swimmer, like incredibly strong swimmer to be out here. I think I've only stayed on this side once. I think we stayed... I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the... not Santos Finisterre. It was one of the Pueblo Bonitos. I can't see the name right now. Yeah. Guys, sorry. I'm staring at the screen, just trying to figure out where I am. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's move on. Moving on from that. 42, let's just double check that. 40 kilometers to go, guys. 40 clicks. We got 4 riders up front. 54 seconds to the break. Yeah, don't take our Eulalio, the hero of the race. Yeah, guys, they definitely was just a quick touch of wheels. Guys grab them for a feed bag or guys grab them for a water bottle. They're reaching over top of each other. That's why sometimes you'll see guys on opposite teams passing bottles. Like, here's your bottle. Don't crash me. Just reading through the catch here. Oh, Haleakala. Yes, dude. I've done parts of Haleakala on Ruby. So Aaron's saying real deal climb is Haleakala going from sea level to 10,000. And then there's the other one at Mauna Loa, whatever it's called. I think they're on different islands, I think. So on Ruby they have, I think, a couple of chunks at the top. I can't remember the names right now. But there is also, I think you go up multiple ways up it. I think generally they come from the west side of the island up Haleakala. Vaughan 2 from Bedouin was about 1,600 meters. Yeah, how far back? Now they're saying it's 245 down. So he's going to have to fight his way back now, guys. Let's look at the Utes jerseys. So he's got 145 on Piganzoli. Right now he'd be losing that. He'd almost be losing that right now. Yeah, 145 on Piganzoli, and he's approximately 145 behind. So he's going to have to start battling his way back now. I'm sure he'll come back on. Come on, dudes, let him back. NSN on the front. We've got some support from UAE here and Trek, followed by the entire Visma squad there. Derek G just sitting on the back of the Trek boys. I think he's very, very close to Jonas right now. So, dudes, I'm going to catch up here, take a quick nature break, the old whizzer, as we like to call it. And I want to catch up with the chat here before I leave. Oh, the Habs lost 4-0. Okay. Yeah, I turn it on and I'm just like, yeah, you have to stare at it the whole time. So I kind of like to listen. Oh, Flocky says we have a Pulte steam up. Is that what Pulte is? Okay, now you know, guys. Flocky's saying he has a Pulte steam mop. Advertising work. So Pulte, are they a supplier of steam mops? Fab's elevation, 6 meters. I wonder why I hate climbing on my bike. Yeah, there are some Pacific Islands where a bike would be the highest point. Yeah, they're basically sitting at sea level, just waiting for a storm to come in. Memorial Cup final this weekend? Really, I didn't know that either. Sean Northcote from South Africa, from Cape Town in South Africa is here. Good afternoon, all. Yeah, NSN, Trek, UAE on the front, guys. They're doing most of the work here. Guys, I think I'm going to zip out for nature break. I think we got a few kilometers. We're going to watch the sprint, and then we're going to see the opportunists attack today. Be right back. Dudes, once again, back inside the 10x10 cube of cycling domination and performance excellence. 4 riders still in the break here, guys. Let's go over to Tour Tracker right now, see where the bros are on course. Map is frozen up on me, as usual. They are getting to the sprint point right now. Yeah, so they're going to snag all the points here. I thought the sprint teams might get up there. I guess they're letting them go. I thought we'd see the big sprint teams coming up here trying to get these points, specifically Soudal Quickstep, because their main dude, Paul Magnier, is in second place behind Jonathan Narvaez. So there is 12 points available just popping up on the screen here. 12, 8, 5, 3, 1, but points at the finish. 50 points at the finish today, guys. Ooh. So did they ramp the points up today? They must have. That's massive points at the finish. So maybe the big sprint boys are like, dudes, let those guys get it. We're not concerned about it. Narvaez won't get the points either. I'm thinking this is Soudal. This is Lidl Trek. Thinking about Narvaez. We're going for 50 at the finish. 29 degrees out there right now, guys. Let's take a look weather during the race. We hit a max temperature of 33 today, guys. Celsius. That's right over 90 Fahrenheit. Yeah. You're drinking lots of... This is like an 8 to 10 bottle type day, I think. 8 to 10 bottles each. Wow. Hot. Earl Grey. Hot. If you know, you know. Just going to keep reading here, guys. Okay, there's only one road up Haleakala. Okay. Yeah, so I've only done it on Ruby. It looks like an awesome climb. And my thing was one day was to do the entire thing. The entire video is on Ruby. But the entire video is like, I think it was like an HD video only. So you just see the video. There's no augmented reality on it. So it's kind of a lesser version of the videos. But it's still all there. You're still going to feel the climbs. You're not going to feel the wind. You're not going to feel the road surface. You're not going to feel the lack of oxygen. But it's the best you can do, right? Okay, I don't know what Rail's saying here. Shrouded in trout. The smell was foul. Everybody's howl made for miles around. Something sour. Dude, what are we talking about here? I have no idea. Dave's doing a Team Sky Day. Is a Team Sky Day taking meds? Yeah, supplements. Dave's on the supplements today, guys. Yeah, Eulalio was getting the magic spray can, the little freezy spray. Maybe he's going to have an ice lolly too. Yeah, Dave's saying spray tans are ineffective. Indeed, Dave, indeed. 4 riders still doing the thing. 36 kilometers to go here, guys. It was Mattia Bice. I think I've learned how to say his name correctly now. Gets the sprint point there. So he gets the 12, 8, 5, and 3 are gone. There's 1 point left. Now it's time for the big boys to start thinking about that finish line. They got to start thinking about now because there's 50 points at the finish. This is what today's all about, guys. It's a stage win. Today's not a GC day. It's a day for... Here we go. Here we go. UAE jumps off the front of the peloton here with Narvaez. I think they're going to go for the 1 point. There's 1 point left available. There's 1 point left available, and Narvaez is going to fight for it. Guys, look. There's 4 riders gone through. 12, 8, 5, 3 are gone. 1 point left. Narvaez is like, I'll take it. So he's jumped up the road. One of the UA boys relayed him. Narvaez goes with him. Better climber than the dudes behind him. Will snag 1 point. Wow, smart racing, guys. Smart racing. They are fighting for this jersey. Unbelievable. Dudes, they may regret that later. Sprint boys may regret that. Just watching Ghana and the Ineos boys go by here. Nice camera angle here, actually watching all the riders go by. Yeah, where is Eulalio? He's kind of disappeared, so I don't know if he's quickly relayed back on. I'm not seeing any stats here. Let's see. Yep. Afonso Eulalio, this was at 8:35 this morning, 6 minutes ago. He has gotten back into the bunch. So he is back with them now, so that's perfect. Be really crappy to lose that white jersey. Someone falling down in front of you after they dropped a bottle. Yep, 1 point. So now he's got a 13-point lead. over Magnier. So Magnier needs to place high in the sprint finish today. It's going to be an insane one, I think, guys. Love these helicopter shots, dudes, you know, where they're like rotating around the racers. Looks like they just grow grapes everywhere here on these terraced fields. Yeah, grapes everywhere. I'm imagining that's grapes. Nah, maybe it's olives or something. I don't know. What do I know, guys? I don't even garden. Banan. Dude, I've seen your name before. Do you think it's going to be a mass sprint? I do. It, maybe a little bit limited. We're not sure. Guys, I'm thinking not tier 1 sprinters. I don't think we're going to have Groenewegen there. I don't think we're going to have Milan there. Magnier, maybe. We've got a wall at about 12 kilometers to go. It's 1 kilometer averaging 11.3% gradient. The big boys, the sheer like 1800, 2000 watt sprinters, they're going to struggle up that little baby. So it's going to be more of what they call, you know, a long range opportunistic sprinter. Might be a day for a different team to win, which I hope happens. So it was Arietta that went with Narvaez there from Fab. He caught that. So that helped Narvaez get that 1 point. Johnny saying Peloton group sprint, in my view, that Poggio is only 10 kilometers from the finish. Flocky, I have a cyclist tan. Dude, I'm waiting for my cyclist tan to come back. Brown arms, legs, white torso and back. How about you got to have the cycling patches too and the sunglasses. I think it was the Pulte boys. They must have been in some beautiful weather training. At the beginning of the Giro, at the team presentation, they had their helmet straps down here, and you can see it going behind their ear. Yeah, it was insane. Magnier, yeah, rails to call on. Magnier's not going to expend any energy before the Muro, so let's just see how he survives. If I was to say Groenewegen, Milan, and Magnier, I think he's the one that has the best chance of getting over that. I think Milan's a little bit too big. Groenewegen is thick. Dude, I love seeing UAE go after this jersey. Yeah, the Gavia versus the Gao. Yeah. Lots of grapevines on this pass. Okay, it was grapevines. Wow. X-Men saying here, there are 68 NFL players that earn at least $1 million per game. I guess the only thing we can say about that is there's only, 16... Is there only still 16 NFL games per year? Yeah, so it's when you average it out over games, it's a lot more. I mean, but Shoei's getting $472 per game for 162 games. Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Great athlete. And guys, you know, now that I've been watching baseball and I'm learning a lot of stuff about it, gotta say, I was that guy. I was wrong. Colin can admit it. I never really thought baseball players were much for athletes, but dude, they are. They totally are. The endurance to play 162 games. Like right now, the Jays are on a 17-game stretch. 17 games in a row. Back to back to back. And it's not even just, they don't play every game, obviously. It's the travel. You're there. You're constantly on the move. Okay, we're caught up, dudes. I like it. 90-degree turns don't bring in as many crashes as false turns. Those are the worst. Dude, I kind of like that. I like the false turns. Kind of, or I would call it a double apex turn. A double apex. We have a couple of them in Calgary. Like when you're driving. You're in the middle of the bend, and then it apexes again. And car drivers miss it, and they swerve into the left lane. Lots of accidents there. So, yeah, like kind of a false turn. Not a hard 90 where everyone knows it's coming. Lidl-Trek driving the front, boys. Lidl-Trek knows it's time now. It's their responsibility to get up there as one of the sprint teams. Soudal should be present too. We're going to take a look at the points classification. We know it's Narvaez. Just going after opportunities. Magnier's team needs to be up there. Milan's team needs to be up there. Leknison better get involved in the mix too. All the sprinters are going to be out there, guys. Sprint day. Who will survive? We're going to go to the start list here, guys. Just have a quick look. Plowright can sprint. Who will sprint over here? Well, maybe it'll be an Alex Sagart type day. Maybe he'll go on a long-range attack. Tobias Lund Anderson will be sprinting for decathlon. We're going to have Dylan Groenewegen sprinting. We're going to have Jonathan Milan sprinting. We're going to have Paul Magnier sprinting. Paul Penhote might pull a sprint off today. He is fast. Ooh, Lotto Intermarché, 4 riders left. 4. Movistar. Time trialist is Nelson Oliveira, I believe. Orlus, Alouar. Alouar could be sprinting for Movistar, but they all got to hang on. Alouar's the kind of guy that could probably hang on. It all depends how bad that last climb really is. Or Muro, or the Poggio. Pinarello has Ethan Vernon. Corbin Strong could be involved in it. Ooh, Pinarello's getting... Pinarello Q36.5 really getting beat up here now. 4 riders left. Soudal, full team. Yeah, just kind of browsing through here, guys, seeing who's going to be involved in this big sprint at the finish. Full team for Polti Visit Malta. Morgado, he can be fast at the end. And Unibet, obviously. Groenewegen, obviously. So let's just jump out of there, guys. Get right back to the race itself. We're under 29 kilometers to go now. 29.1, it's saying. PCS is behind Flow Bikes now. Yeah, we're going to see Narvaez just popping it off at the base of that climb. I think Trek's going to try to keep the speed super high. Ennisen's up there doing some work for Ethan Vernon. It's so cool to see these dynamics, guys. Like, it's a sprint day, but it's also an opportunist day. All the sprint teams now need to get up there, start working to pull back the 4 boys out front. So all the teams that are more of the opportunists, like UAE, they don't have a dedicated... Guys, break in the peloton here now. I just noticed there's a break in the peloton here. Split into probably 2 equal chunks. I didn't even see when that happened. I didn't. Yeah, they're mentioning split in the peloton here 40 seconds ago on PCS. So somehow there's been a split. Get working, boys. Half the peloton is in a group behind. They're going to have to really dial it down quick. Yeah, it looks like it's about a split 60-40 between the front half and the second half. They're slowly dialing it back now. Pay attention, boys. So, with the 4 riders out front, sprint teams want to win today. Any opportunity to win, they're expected now to come to the front and start doing work. NSN for Ethan Vernon. Lidl Trek for Jonathan Milan. I'm not seeing Soudal up there. So Soudal's not showing up yet. Teams like UAE, maybe Bahrain, are going to be probably conserving energy to try to make an attack on that Category 4. We'll just call it the Poggio for now. And escape. And try to escape there and upset the sprint boys. The sprint boys are going to have a hard time today, guys. I think it's going to be a lesser sprinter win it. A lesser sprinter. Yeah, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? Miss Vader needs some love. That's Dave's cat. X-Men saying if they play in the playoffs, they will earn bonuses. Okay. That's for football there. Dude, I should come down to Vegas to see a football game. I should come down to Vegas to see a baseball game. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, there's an overlap, isn't there? There is. So baseball goes right through to what? October? Late September? Playoffs start in October. You could catch an NFL MLB game in Vegas. Ooh. I guess you could do the same in Denver. Right? Catch the last game of the year for the Rockies when they don't make the playoffs. But it's a beautiful baseball stadium. I love it there. Okay, guys, I'm just reading the comments here. Yeah, Gonzo, I just saw the old Peace race just finished. I saw that pop up on PCS. Down to 50 seconds now. Let's see if we can get Flow Bikes. Sorry, guys, yeah, I'm losing track. I'm watching the horses on the road here. Horses racing beside the riders right now. This is our situation, guys. We're just basically outside of our finishing town. We're riding along the foothills here to the left flank of the riders. We're going to take a turn to the southeast through the time bonifications. Yeah, time's available, guys. It's not going to really impact the race at all. And the second group is still trying to get back on. They're right there. They're just slowly drifting their way back in now. We do have a few turns coming up at 10 kilometers. There's the category 4 that's really going to affect this finish right here. This is seriously going to affect the finish. This category 4 climb here. We head to the southwest. We're going to climb over top of a ridge line and then bomb back down to the finish. At the finish line today, guys, this is where I think it might be critical. I zoomed too far in. Not a crazy finish, but you've got a left-hand corner here. That could be a little sketch because you're going to be under a kilometer. That's going to be about 800-900 meters out. Coming down this road here, I think this corner here, if you're not leading at this point, you're not winning. I mean, it's so close at that point. That bridge is probably going to narrow the race down as well. There's a bridge here right before the finish line. We jumped in here earlier on Google Maps. There's a bridge right here before the finish line. Probably going to narrow it down, and then the finish will be upon you. You need to be leading in this last right-hand corner here, or sitting on your teammate's wheel right there. 30 seconds, guys. It's coming down now. Coming down. We're in the pipe, 5x5. Flocky saying Sigert Alec was 33-1. He is my pick to jump off the front. Yeah, dude, he's done it once. He can do it again. Super strong guy. Red Bull KM sprint upcoming on a downhill ripper should be fire. Got a bunch of dudes hanging out in the water fountains here. Did that here, you probably get arrested. World Series usually ends about November 1. World Series used to be first week of October before expansion. Yeah, so there would be like, you could catch some early season football games overlapping with MLB. Average speed right now, 43.5 kilometers go. Still a bit of climbing. We've still got 300 meters of elevation to climb, guys. There's a little bit of a kick right before the Red Bull KM. Straight downhill into that Red Bull KM. Then we got the Poggio at the end, category 4. 11% gradient there, average. Johnny's saying they're going to catch them before the Red Bull KM at this pace. Yeah, dude, it's 16 seconds now. They're right on them. Oh, Castle Brando. Situated in the Prosecco Hills, it is among the largest and oldest castles in Europe. Dude, I love it. Just watched Kingdom of Heaven a couple of days ago, guys. Loved it. I think I'm going to go back and watch all of the like fantasy battle movies. Give me some ideas. Now, we know we got Braveheart. I think I'll include Rob Roy in the mix. That's a Liam Neeson movie. Maybe Alexander, maybe Troy. What else can we do? I think there's a good one called Ironclad too. And I think that's a Ridley Scott movie as well. So Kingdom of Heaven was Ridley Scott. I loved it. I could also throw in the Lord of the Rings movies maybe. Even though I'm going to have to deal with the old CGI, but I'll watch it. Okay. Just going to keep browsing here, guys. Rail saying he thinks this finish looks really bad. Yeah, dude, that last corner there, then the bridge, I think a lot of riders are going to get caught out there. This soft turn and bridge just before the finish feels sketchy. Welcome to Sketchville, Rail. You called it. The break is toast. That's right. 10 seconds out front right now, guys. I wonder if let's wait and see here. I'm going to start watching the race now for real, guys. Wow. Jan Hurt today has raced over 50,000 kilometers of racing. Not just riding, racing. These guys are still riding hard. I'm waiting for the handshakes to come up soon. Claps on the back, fist pumps. It's going to happen. MB protocol comes in. Toast sounds good. Dude, I need some toast. I'm desperate. Dude, 300. Yeah, dude, I saw that yesterday on Prime and I was going to watch that. So, guys, that's a good reminder. I will watch that again. Yeah, dude, it's kind of into it. Dude, because I know it's all based on historical events, or maybe not. Kind of based on. But then I go on deep dives. I start watching documentaries about the stuff. UAE is going to light the candle for under Narvaez. Yeah, dude, I could see Narvaez winning this today. I really could. If he can drop all the sprinters up there, he's going to get some huge points. God, could you imagine if Narvaez wins the points jersey? Alpecin attacks out the front here. The Alpecin boy goes. Jonas Geen says enough. And the EF boys are shaking hands with the Pulte boys at the back. Pulte's given up. EF's given up. Jonas says, I'm going for it. Let's check out Jonas here. He's a Belgian dude. This is the dude from Duffel. When I think of duffel, I think of a duffel bag. No one uses that term anymore. Good old duffel. Where's your duffel bag? Yeah, right over there, Brute. I remember growing up, it was the cool thing to do to walk around at school. This is junior high. You carry all your books and all your stuff and your lunch in a duffel bag. It was always an Adidas duffel bag over your shoulder. Why did we do that? That was kind of cool here at the time. The run into the bridge is downhill. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's false flatty downhill, too. Dude, race is on. Definitely in phase 2 now. Phase 2 is just starting to ignite. Jonas Geens does jump away pretty good here. 21 kilometers to go. Yep, handshakes are done. Dave's talking about a wedding, I think. Sorry, Drew. Oh, no. We're talking about class or something. Oh, Drew's talking about being a Marriott Bellman in Vale. This is Sparta. Dude, that might be today. This is Sparta. Dude, I got to watch that today. We could watch Gladiator, right? We could watch that. The finish line should be on road SP4 on the western side of town, not in the middle of town, right after the downhill on a bridge. Oh, okay. Rail saying where it should be. Let's see where rail should be. Oh, we're in Cabo. Sorry, guys. I need to be there. Okay, we looked at Highwood Pass today. We've looked at Piave. This is it. And when we zoom in, there's that bridge. And so rail saying it should be on SP4 on the western side of town. SP4 on the western side of town. I don't think... Oh, SP4. I see it. SP4 right there. So on this kind of like north-south running road. Yeah, it's going to be right here, dude. Here's the finish line. I think the finish line on Google Maps would be somewhere between where the pedestrian dashed line is to cross the road and where this bus is turning. I think it's right in this little segment here. So that'll be cool to see later. Why don't we jump into that finish line again? If I could do that today. We're going to go right into the parking lot this time. So we're right in the parking lot here, it looks like. I wanted to see this coffee shop. That's what I was seeing on camera there. Perbaco. I need a coffee right now. Can you send me one, please? My guts are rumbling. Unicredit, whatever that is. We got the news station here, maybe. QDP News, live reporting. You can just ramble about anything here, guys. I'm just a rambler. Ramblers, let's get rambling. What movie is that from? Let me know if you know. I think I said that right, too. Geens has a gap, guys. He's just opened up 12 seconds. Banan saying I'm too far behind, 3 kilometers behind. So I've got PCS at 19 kilometers. Yeah, it was behind. I've got Flow Bikes at 19.2. I've got Tour Tracker at 18.5. So we're thereabouts. So we're at a half kilometer between the 3 platforms I'm using. Guys, when we get to Tour de France, we're going to be using more. Tour de France, they have a good website. So I use that one a little bit for side profile and top-down dot watching. And I'm praying to all that is holy, all the gods above and below, that we will have Biketerra on board. Please, Biketerra, Matt and Anslo, help a bro out. I'll promote the living snot out of Biketerra on the channel. Dude, look right here. Jonas Geens is chasing the 4,000 euro prize at the Red Bull KM. So at least we get to know roughly what they're winning here. Second place gets Prosecco. Third place gets a block of cheese. That's kind of how they do these things, and some cash. We're on the run now. Oh, dudes, I need to do this. I need a daily reminder of this, guys. Here's our run in now. This is kind of what it's going to look like. There's the finish line. I think we'll leave it right like that. Yeah, and I'll catch up a little bit. So he is on the move right now. Dudes, it's hot. 31 degrees Celsius out there. We'll hang out here for a little bit. More of a detailed profile. You can see what he's trying to get to here. The Red Bull KM. Time bonifications, 4,000 euros. I'd like that in my pocket right now. Downhill bomb. We're going to bomb downhill for over 6 kilometers before we take on the last climb of the day, the Poggio. The Poggio of the day. More downhill into the finish line. Sketch fill through town. Woo! Adidas gym bag, North Star running shoes, Levi's. Dude, Dave, you lived it. Dave lived it. Yeah, Adidas gym bags over your shoulder. Over your shoulder. I remember we'd hit each other with our gym bags too, because they were loaded with books. Uh, yeah, there's a roundabout also. Yeah, exactly. Geens is crazy. He must have taken 4 gels 10 minutes ago. Um, Anyone flipping off Google Camera in the street videos? Yeah, that'd be cool to see. Get the Pop Tarts going, dude. Yeah, I'm out of Pop Tarts. Actually, I am going to town today. I need the diatomaceous earth. There were some ants in the living room last night, and Joey was having a full thermonuclear meltdown. I'm like, they're ants. Like, they don't creep me out. But so I went outside. They were creeping along in the living room there, and it's like she's having a meltdown. I went outside, and I could see they're on the side of the house. They come in the front side of that living room, up the rock, and they're creeping in the top side. You can see where they're coming on the inside. I sprayed it with some ant out. I said, we need some diatomaceous earth. What's that? Diatomaceous earth, guys, is a natural organic ant killer. It's like a powder. Think of it that. It's ant powder. It's made of diatoms. Diatoms are essentially fossils, the fossilized remains of diatoms. When you zoom in close, I guess you would kind of liken it to like a kidney stone. From a distance, they don't look rough. When you look at them up close, they're like razor blades. So you put this dust powder down, and those poor little ants just get cut apart everywhere. Joey, you're killing all the ants. So I got to go to town to get that. And so I'm going to do, I'm going to the dollar store to get some fine foods, expired foods all the way. And I'll be getting some Pop-Tarts today, guys. Pop-Tarts coming in, no name brand chips, weird foods. Yeah, first place Prosecco, second block of cheese, third set of steak knives. Yeah, dude, exactly. I need some steak knives. Fourth, death. Yeah, so he got the Red Bull KM and some cash monies. He gets 15 points. Yeah, don't forget that there's points there too, guys. 6 seconds, Oliver Nason. 8 and 4, Connor Swift. 5 points in 2 seconds. Timon Earnsman goes for the 3 points there. Flocky, do they still let local dudes ride ahead to meet? I do see it in race to race. Like there was that guy, Simone Consoni, who stopped just a couple days ago. Stopped for an ice lolly on the side of the road. And it was obviously someone he knew. He stopped and said hi to the kids. Long lost cousins, who knows? I'm trying to make a cool story out of it. Yeah, thermonuclear meltdown for the ants. LMF, we're talking about lake sediment, Colin. Lake sediment. Yeah, that's probably the stuff. It kills just about all insects. Yeah, dude, so diatomaceous earth, which is just a powder of fossilized diatoms. Do we need to look it up? Might need to look it up, guys. Diatoms. So when you buy that stuff that kills diatoms under microscope, this is going to be perfect. Microscopic algae with intricate silica shells that appear like tiny glass houses under a microscope. It's safe for pets. Here, we need some images, don't we? Okay, I was expecting more. But dude, I guess they cut the ants apart. The ants kind of die of dehydration or something. But they are fossilized remains, for sure. And so just in a powder, because I was like, well, I got to make sure the dogs don't get into this. So the dogs can go lick the stuff off the ground if they want. I got a few spots to put it in on the bricks where I can see the ants walking. It comes like in a little bottle with like a little tube on the top. You can kind of spray it into certain places. Yeah, I think Aaronsman was probably going for the 2 seconds there. That's what he was probably trying to do, get those points. His teammate gets them. Connor Swift, his teammate. So I think maybe they screwed that up. Michaela Schriffen now owns 8 reindeer from winning slaloms in Norway. That's insane. Come on, Jonas. Dave said he's on the lookout for a shake weight at the thrift shops. Oh my. Okay, so I guess the diatomaceous earth works on everything. Is that true, guys? Is that what we're talking about? Lake sediment kills just about all insects. Are we talking about the diatomaceous earth? Which I would just call diatoms. Yeah, the ants. Dude, I love ant movies. Okay, who's this here? Dude, I don't know his name. Dude, I was going to say John a Thankful. It's Jonathan. It's Jonathan Cluey. Jonathan Cluey, the ants are banking on a full-scale nuclear war so they can take over in a few decades. Oh, dude, absolutely. They're going to get big. Yeah, dude, I need a good ant movie. That used to be a thing. Giant creatures in the 70s. That was kind of like the monster movie of the day. Yeah, if they let this Alpecin rider from the break win, you have to question the tactics of the other. They're not, dude. There's no way they think this guy's gonna get away. It's 14 seconds, but yeah, if they did, 14 on flow, 18 on PCS. Dude, I need a refresh. Yeah, we need a big refresh here. Sorry, guys. Maybe what I'll do, guys, I'm gonna stick here because this refreshes all the time. This is live from tour. PCS gets hung up. Here we go, boys, and it's jiving with flow today. Let me see here. Ineos on the left-hand side of the road. Visma on the right. Lidl treks over the two. I'm already seeing Unibet riders showing up. 3 Unibet riders on the front right now. Dude, what did I eat last night for supper? Kraft macaroni and cheese. Starving to death. Starving to death. Rail saying they're now passing quite close to a winery founded by a certain Marzio Bruzin, if you remember. Dude, I don't. I do not remember him. Was that a cyclist? Marzio Bruzin. Muro Poggio coming up after that little town. You dudes, I'll zoom out here on the tour tracker on the map. Yeah, it's coming up right away, guys. Yeah, I'm absolutely starving, guys. Yeah, I think I had supper. I just threw some friggin' macaroni and cheese together last night. Doused it in hot sauce. Second place, first loser. Thus steak knives, which are not good, not too expensive, and underwhelming as a gift. There was a big ant in Honey, I Shrank the Kids. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Yeah, dude, Ineos just slamming to the front here. 4 riders and Egan Bernal, and another Ineos rider just sitting behind the Lidl Trek riders here. Kind of seems like Ineos is on one side with Lidl Trek. Dude, Lucas Kubis is up there too. We've got Unibet on the left-hand side of the road. 2 Unibet riders with Lucas Kubis. Not sure where Groenewegen is yet. They're catching the Alpecin breakaway guy now. Jonas Geens will get caught at 11 kilometers to go, guys. We've got 10.5 here. We are starting the climb. Guys, the first part of the climb is over 13%. Get ready for the opportunists right now. Sprint teams are going to try to keep it high. Keep it such high speed that even it's going to prevent the opportunists from trying to go for it. This pace on the front is insane right now. The pace on the front, they're riding like it's a sprint finish right now. No one's out of the saddle, but the pace at the front. Maybe Kubis is trying to go for a long-range attack here. I don't think Groenewegen is anywhere near the front right now. Lucas Kubis, he's more of like, I would say, an opportunist sprinter. He's very, very fast. He's not a Groenewegen type. Maybe he's thinking he can get over the top. Yeah. He's setting up on the front. Lucas Kubis, he's got a ton of second place finishes last year against Mr. Paul Magnier. Sprinters, I think that's Jonathan Milan on the front too. Jonathan Milan flips his bottle away in anger. That's Milan on the front. These boys are trying to ride the front so they don't drift too far back. They're doing the old Robbie McEwen, guys. They're doing the old Robbie McEwen right now. Yeah, absolute wall here. It is a wall. The record for this climb, it says, is 3 minutes and 14 seconds. No idea who it's set by. Lucas Kubis on the front. Jonas is like, what are you guys doing up here? Jonas looking around. Groupama at the front too. Could be Paul Penhote. Perhaps. Fast guy for Groupama. An attack here. Eulalio goes on the attack, boys. Eulalio is on the attack. Oh, it's so awesome. Dude, he goes and no one goes with him. Eulalio is giving it. Dude, I love it. Man, I love this guy. Dudes, I think we talked about this early in the race, like reminiscence of like Tommy Voeckler. This is a Voeckler. We got another Voeckler here. Dudes, I love it. Going back through the chat here, we got Paul Rowan for ants. If diatom doesn't work, try boric acid. Pretty safe. Okay. Dudes, it's in my front dog run. I have this gigantic dog run like the length of my house and my double car garage. I don't want the dogs out there. I have like a gravel pad. I don't want the dogs getting hurt or anything. So I'm going to go with the diatoms and I'm going to put some traps up high. Like they're coming in through the roof and down. The ants don't even bother me. Man. Dude, shout out to Afonso Eulalio, like superstar rider. Dudes, he could have just coasted at the back. He's like, screw that, I'm going for it. Yeah, the arm's better. Full recovery on the arm. Yeah, dude, I love it. This is what Vogler would do. This is what he did, and I love those types of riders. I don't even care if he wins. I just want him to be at the front, showing them how it's done. As the other GC guys kind of like, well, I can't make a move yet. Visma rider at the front. It looks like Pig Anzoli from here. It's not Sepp Kuss leading Jonas up here, though. I'm not really sure why they're being so attentive. I guess maybe they want a stage win. Visma is pacing him back right now. Pig Anzoli is bringing... Man, Pig Anzoli, the future of Visma, guys. They better lock him in on a very lucrative contract, I think. UAE might be already looking at him. They're dialing him back right now, but really cool to see this happen. Dude, Afonso has destroyed all the sprinters. Sprinters are out of it now. There won't be any sprinters left. Jonas now going for it. Guys, record time is 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Afonso Eulalio might get it. Jonas is coming around him now. Jonas goes on the attack over the top. We've got a rider from Tudor there. It's Matisse Rondel. And Astana's there as well. Afonso slots in. They're not going to break the record time, guys. Well, it says the time was 3:21 over the top, I believe. 3:21 over the top. Dave, anyone remember another Europe car team member? I think Warren Barguil was on that team, or maybe Pierre Roland. Is that right? Maybe Pierre Roland. I think that's the only one I can remember right now. Okay, guys, we need to see who's over the top here. I don't know who's over the top. The sprinters aren't too far behind it, saying the Chink Jersey. Milan and Magna are both near the front. I'm waiting to see them on camera, guys. 9 kilometers to go here on Flow Bikes. We've got 8.2 on Tour Tracker here. Dudes, I'm going to try to control the map a little bit here. Skirting around another little town. This is our front group here. We've got an Astana rider off the front by himself, maybe with 15 meters over the rest of the group. NSN second place. Then we've got Pig Anzoli, Jonas, Matisse Rondel. That's going to be Jai Hindley there right behind Rondel. NSN rider there, that must be Jan Hurt. Derek G, I can see his jersey from a mile away. Egan Bernal is there. Egan, not Egon. Yeah, Jonas is needing to ride in the front. He's up there. Yeah, exactly. I'm not really sure why Jonas is so aggressive here. Maybe Jonas wants to win a stage. Yeah, it's kind of strange, isn't it? Like, Jonas is right there. Yeah, that is Sepp Kuss. Guys, it is Sepp. My mistake. So Sepp is up there. He just radioed to the team car. We've got an NSN rider on the front, guys. I'm trying to get this. I'm going to give this an update here. Just, we've got Derek G. Alowar's up there, boys. Watch out. Timon Ahrensman, Alessandro Pinarello, Jonas Vingegaard, Matisse Rondel, and the rider for Astana is former pink jersey wearer Silva. Dude, I'd be watching out for Alowar there. If the front group, guys, maybe 15 riders. Front group, maybe 15 riders. I haven't seen how far back the big boys are here. Jonathan Narvaez, I can see him. It looks like he's sitting right on Milan's wheel. Trying to figure out the dynamics here as to what's going on. Like, Alowar's up front. He's probably the fastest dude in that front group. It's weird here, too. We got a Visma dude in the second group on the road trying to pull them back. Yeah, it's saying there's about a dozen riders up front. Between 12 and 15 riders, I'm guessing. They've got probably at least 100 meters. They're saying it's 10 seconds. 10 seconds back to Narvaez group. We'll call it the Narvaez group right now. Yeah, so it was Kuss up there, I believe. Sprint between Milan, Magnier, and Kubis. Yeah, surprising if they can get back on right now. There's about 100 meters. And I'll be seeing if Kubis is in that front group. Guys, real long helicopter shots right now. Even the second group that's chasing, I'm going to say it's 50 to 60 riders. We've had a bunch of boys blown out the back. Milan in this second group. Narvaez in the second group. Just looking for where Magnier is. Attacks now. Jai Hindley goes on the attack. Is that Jai? Let me just... Yeah, it is Jai. It is Jai Hindley on the attack. It's just popped up from Tour Tracker now. Bernal jumps with him. Jonas follows. Rondel. Timon Ahrensman. The NSN guy, we'll call him. Maybe that's Jan Hurt. And then Derek G. Alawar, they're slowly bringing them back. Slowly bring back. Still far enough out. Alawar's like, I got to just hold on for dear life here. He won't be able to attack and get away. He is fast. I can't believe Eulalio's there. After crashing her, attack by an Uno X rider here. Up the left-hand side of the road. Are we going to let him do it again? Okay, reaction by a Movistar rider coming right now. Nope, Soudal. Long-range camera shots here. It's white. It's Eulalio again, guys. Oh, man. Sorry I butchered that. It's his white jersey with a bit of blue. At first it looks like Soudal. Then it looks like Movistar. Dude, he jumps across and goes with this rider. Dude, what a brave rider. Dude, that's my style of rider right there. Like, either completely fail or win. Ennison trying to gap strong in first group. Yeah, Eulalio on the front, leading the Uno X rider. It's Johannes Kulset and Afonso Eulalio. Dude, that's how you race bikes. You got to go when you got to go. You can't wait and look at each other and curvy-swervy it. Sepp Kuss leading Jonas here. Derek G, 2-3 wheels behind Jonas with Jai Hindley. Alawar is in that first group, Johnny. It's actually the second group now. We have 2 riders up the road. Dudes, let's see if I can see it on PCS. They give me, yeah. So you can see here on PCS, I'm going to make sure we're live. 4.7. Yeah, Alawar is in the second group, guys. 4 kilometers ago, he's hanging out there. That's my winner if he can hang on. That's who I would say. That's, to me, the best sprinter out of these dudes. Maybe that's why Kulset's going early with Eulalio. I'd love to see Eulalio win a stage. Felix Gall's up there, Derek G, Bernal, Aaronsman, Jai Hindley. Back to Tour Tracker so we can see the dots, guys, better. Still 4 kilometers to go here. Here, I'm going to zoom it out a little bit, guys. So you can see the 1 kilometer banner. Now we're talking about the map in the top right-hand corner. So we got 2 out front, maybe 12 chasing. We got it. The peloton's coming right now, guys. Sprint peloton's coming up behind them. 3.9 Ks to go here on Flow Bikes. Oh, guys, I'm going to move my little slidey thing over here so you can see the finish. That's it. Downhill all the way. False flatty down. I don't think it's that much of a gradient. G on the attack, guys. Derek G on the attack now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's G. Is that G? No, that can't be G. No, it's not. That's too big of a group there. Eulalio and Kulset out front. Soudal Quickstep have the numbers to help Paul Magnier. That's in that peloton. So there's kind of like 3 groups shuffling back and forth here. 2 off the front, about 10, 12 riders behind, and then the big Narvaez group with Milan and Magnier and all the sprinters. 3 clicks to go, guys. 3 clicks. Trying to see if these 2 groups... Yeah, Kubis is back in the second group, so I think the second group has been caught by the big sprint group. Milan, Narvaez is there. They're just going under the 3 kilometer banner now. So the 2 boys up front are doing good to hang on. Okay, I'm just watching this camera feed really good here now, guys. Oh, they're coming. They're about 200 meters back right now. Yeah, Eulalio deserves a win. Dude, I would love it. Wet roads and 2 90-degree bends. Do we have wet roads at the finish? It's dry right now unless it's rained ahead. Oh, it's wet in town. Don't go down. Dude, the peloton's going to catch him here. They're driving it frickin' hard now. Wow, there's a bunch of greenhouses on the side of the road here, like the tubes. Big ones just completely shredded. I don't know if that's recent or not, but they're destroyed. Garden Talk. Yeah, from this Giro, you need to put respect in the name Eulalio. Yeah, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, Eulalio, Aretha Franklin, a cycling. Yeah, dude, yeah, respect to that dude. That's what we want to see, right? Oh, yeah, there is the Soudal train right there. Now, I'm going to have to watch carefully here. I think Paul Magnier is riding 4th wheel because I expect to see him in the purple burgundy jersey. Dude's down to about 50 meters. Lidl Trek on the front. I got to imagine that's probably Consoni on the front doing a lot of work for Lidl Trek. Eulalio's riding like he's going to attack again. One of the Trek riders pulls off. Might be up to Jonathan Milan to do this by himself now. Guys, I know here it says we're through it. I'm going to watch this here all the way now on Flow Bikes. They're going through a roundabout here. Is there a better way through? Right-hand side was the better way to go through, just slightly. Just over a kilometer to go. And what I'm going to do is bounce back to PCS here. We got Paul Magnier on the wheel of Yas for Soy. Ooh, sorry guys. 300 meters to go. I'm going to watch this all the way now, guys. Here's that one left. I think there's a left-hand corner. We're going to ride along for a couple hundred meters. We take a right corner. That's at 800 meters to go. NSN on the front here right now, guys. I know we're slightly delayed. I'm watching a delayed video feed. There's going to be a hard right-hand corner. I'm not watching PCS at all here right now. Then we cross that little bridge. Ooh, Soudal coming up hard now on the right-hand side. Milan is sitting on Paul Magnier's wheel. Ooh, a little bit of shoulder-to-shoulder between, it looked like Magnier and one of the Alpecin riders. Yep, here comes our right-hand corner. Magnier sitting in second wheel right now. That's the key position to be in. I think it's going to be hard to get around them here if you're not in the lead right now. I think that's that final corner. Sprints armor now. Magnier goes to the front, guys. Magnier in the front. Bahrain victorious with him. Jonathan Milan in third place. Jonathan Milan head bobbing away. Head bobbing. Easy win for Magnier here, guys. And it was wet in town. Easy win for Magnier there. Bahrain victorious got second place. It hasn't even shown up on PCS here, guys. Paul Magnier wins it. A rider from Bahrain victorious got second. Who would that be? Is Bauhaus here? Just let me think about this, guys. If Bauhaus is here, I would say that was Phil Bauhaus. PCS having a little bit of a meltdown here. He's not here. Who would that have been? Well, we'll figure that out real quick. Wow, nice finish here. So he gets 50 points there. He's going to be back in the purple jersey. Eduardo Zambanini for Bahrain victorious. Let's check him out. Man, PCS is slow now. 25 years old from Riva del Garda. So he probably lives near Lake Lago de Garda. He was born on the Riva del Garda, maybe, in Italy. He's 25 years old. Great second place for him today. Milan, just not there yet. He was pretty isolated at the end. Oops, sorry, guys. Magnier had a lot of team support. He had 4 riders with him, I think. 3 riders in front of him all the way to the finish. Then Magnier accelerated, exploded, and just got out ahead. Yeah, easy win for Magnier. Wow, from Gonzo Johnny here. Yeah, guys, that after that last hard right, it kind of went through like a little bit of a chicane almost. Maybe I can show that to you here. If I can kind of zoom in. Yeah, right here. Kind of like just these slight bends here. There was kind of a left-hand bend and another left-hand bend. I'm going to look for that parking lot here on screen too. So he was able to cut the corners along the banners. Here it is again. So he's got one rider left with him. Then he accelerates. Zambanini's on his wheel right away. Milan has to come around the other Soudal rider. It is wet in town here. Magnier looks back. He knows he's got it. Looks up. There's one of these. And then a Hulk move. And should be finishing close to that parking lot. Paul Magnier, he's got some nice white teeth, I'll tell you that. They stand out. It reminds me of Niels Pollitt. Milan head bobbing away, trying to get past Zambanini. He never could. I think Milan was a little bit caught out there. Yeah, I think he grabbed the mic right away, left it on, and just started screaming into it. Probably like, let's go! He did one of those. I think he did one of those. Dudes, nice finish. Ciao, dudes, from Aaron. We are headed to the mountains again. Aaron, have a good day. Fab, no problem, dude. Dude, I just don't really watch it. Yeah, dude, so I watch the finish because I'm always about 30 to 45 seconds behind. Sometimes it's right on. Other times it's way out. But, dude, that was a great finish. Yeah, this is a great season for dudes named Paul. Exactly. Dude, I like that too. Oh, dude, we're going to use that more often. Rail saying it was a downhill into a soft chicane. The worst possible finish, but luckily no crashes. Vlasov, 15th place. Dudes, Thanks for everyone being here. Dudes, we're going to do this quickly here. Let's take a look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, absolute banger. I got to get my day figured out because supposedly tomorrow's my clean out day of that house in the morning. So I'm a little bit stressed out about it because we got a banger on tap. This is tomorrow. Stage 19. This is the Queen stage right here. It's 151 Ks long. We've got a Category 1, Paso Duran. We've followed up with a Category 2, Sprint Point, another Category 2. I don't know that climb. An HC climb, the infamous Paso Gao. It's an HC, guys. Followed up with another Time Bonifications, the Red Bull Cam, a Category 2, and then a final assault upon another Category 2. We have, looks like 6 categorized climbs tomorrow, guys. 6. When is that going to start for Colin tomorrow? I will do the whole stage. This might be okay for me. 4:45 in the morning. I bet you they'll be done in 4 hours. Done by 8:45, 9. Yeah, okay, we can do that. So tomorrow, guys, we're going all in, pushing deep, locked in, red 5, stay on target, in the pipe, 5x5, coming around for 709er. Dude, good stuff. Yeah, it's going to be great. Paso Gao, Falzarego. And I like this stage here because I've done some of these climbs. Like I've done the Gao, I've done the Falzarego. Virtual, guys, not the same as what you guys can do over in Europe, but I've done them. Dudes, great stage today again. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to jump right away, guys, and get my stuff scheduled for tomorrow. Paul Magnier doing his post-race interview. God, this guy's skinny.